run that Dragon Knight 1, but you've talked about the Ursa, you know, anything that builds up Battle Fury, the Phase Boots as well. The Ursa is going to be banned out, the Spectre there as well. So what's actually left here for Navi to pick up for Shigetsu?
He still has to see the offlaner of HellRaisers, so I
True.
don't think he's gonna be making a decision before that happens, but not a lot, right? Monk is one that could be good depending on who you're playing against. Let's say if a Tide Hunter comes out right now, though it's not the best one, but let's say it does, Monkey King is good. You probably want a fat frontliner, and that is where a Monkey King could come into play. They will ban out the Tide though, so he's gonna be out of the picture. But yeah, Navi, I could see them getting that if I'm thinking right now, but we still need to see which hero HellRaisers are actually going to go for.
I wouldn't mind the Primal Beast. It's not banned, right? Because we've seen a lot of the Primal Beast being banned, but I wouldn't mind the Primal Beast here. Follows it with the Clockwork. When the Clockwork hook shots in, you've got that Onslaught to follow up. A decent amount of lockdown, something like the Pangolier. You know, you get that Pulverize off on the Pango before he gets the Rolling Thunder going.
They haven't played it, though. They haven't played a lot of it, right?
Have they not?
I don't see any beast for HellRaisers, so that's why I'm a little bit skeptical that they're gonna do it. Usually they would go for like an Enigma like an Beastmaster, but they're probably looking at this Enchantress and thinking that they don't want to do it. Though I wouldn't be surprised even if against that they'd be like, who cares, like get and we're gonna have the lane, then we're gonna be a nuisance later on. But as you mentioned, little friends there could come in handy, really.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that with the Nature's Prophet already on the board. You know, that's a hell of a lot of like minion creeps to throw at somebody if that little friends does come out. You know, if you go for that Lycan or something like that.
It is tough. It is tough to say, right? I would like a blink stun hero that is somewhat tanky. That's why they did take out the Centaur and the Tide, but they're gonna go for the Enigma, so they're gonna stay in their comfort zone, which is fine, right? There's no reason to risk it, and I still think Monkey here does sound pretty decent for Navi. Is there anything else?
I'm just trying to, I mean, you've got the Enigma again, likes to go towards from even the last patch. You know, it wants to go towards those Greaves, it seems like. The Blink BKB isn't really a big starter set for the Enigma in terms of items. And I'm just thinking that, you know, you've got the Dragon Tail and the Dragon Form, you've got Jakiro that can come along with the Ice Path to stop that, the Black Hole as well. It's a good push hero, you know, there's a lot of control, but
okay,
they go for the Alk.
Okay, that is left out of Shigetsu's heroes, right? Has he played it in this particular tournament? The Alchemist has been really bad as a hero. Doesn't look good. I think it's 0 and 5 or something along those lines. Let me just check that one.
Yeah,
0 and 4.
He played it against Team Spirit in the second game. And he lost in 34 minutes.
Yeah, it's easy hero kind of punish, right? You have two pushing heroes on the side of HellRaisers. I mean, it's fine. I think this is probably the best way to play it if you're really gunning for the victory against HellRaisers, because you're gonna lose. But Alchemist is this kind of a hero that can change the game in ways that can be unforeseen for your enemies. You can get too strong too fast, and then a process. But also, what Navi has a problem on there is that they're very lacking in the damage department. If their supports die early on, they can't do much, right? So I'm scared for them in that way, that even if the Alchemist gets ahead, even if he's allowed to farm quite a lot, they're gonna have troubles killing even these squishy heroes on the side of HellRaisers.
Yeah, like you say, the Alchemist 0, what do you say, 0-5 was it in the tour so far? I get 0-4. Okay. I mean, I get the idea behind it that, you know, the Radiance buildup is a lot easier now as well with the cost being reduced, but it does seem to be a little bit of a trap that teams fall into, thinking, oh, okay, it's going to be a good hero, but if you do, like you say, if you can't buy that time to fight 4v5 or 4v4, while the Alchemist is building up, you know, because he does need that early momentum. It's not like you've got that. He can get involved in the fights, but it just seems like the Alchemist, you know, that the timing window, it's still not there. And at least in the Eastern European region, this hero, it's not impressed me so far.
Yeah, definitely not. And I'm more and more thinking that maybe the Alchemists should go for a Battle Fury rather than even with the changes.
Yeah, guys, before we get into it, we're going to take a quick word from our sponsors over at EGB. We'll see you after this short break.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600. Cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
So, welcome back as we get into this first game of the first series of the day. We'll see here, it's all smiles on the faces of HellRaisers and Na'Vi looking a little bit more serious.
They're not looking good. They need the victory either in this series or the next one. And here they're playing against all odds, so they need to be serious. They need to be focused. They need to be thinking. Even if they lose, they need to get something out of it.
Yeah, speaking of the odds, we're going to see here that HellRaisers, going to be the favorites. Na'Vi, it's a little bit longer odds than we used to see in here. Yeah, HellRaisers, EGB, like everybody, I think, backing them as the favorites coming into this first match at least.
Hopefully, the Observer will be showing us the Jakiro a little bit more, because this set, I don't know if you have noticed just how buff he is. I don't know how he can even fly with those arms that he is sporting.
Que el señor
I probably know which set it is, but it is way too buff.
Yeah, it's actually, I've never seen that, the body of that before. Well, I don't really see many Jakiros, it's only just come back into meta, I guess you call it, and we don't see them down in 2K bracket anyway. As there is going to be some damage coming out into Daniel. Daniel can get himself away from this one. The Dual Breath will be coming through. There's going to be the Battery Assault now as well. Onto the Enchantress. Enchantress is going to be having to use that Fairy Fire. Chase down as well. Solo, the damage, it might be there onto Daniel with this Lightning bouncing through from the Zeus. And Solo will be able to pick up the first blood here. Malady, the body block's coming through now as well, but it looks like Kiyotaka going to back himself away from this one. So Malady, he can count his lucky stars and just flap himself away from that.
Yo, did you see those muscles? There's no way that he's chasing on that one. Kiyotaka being a little bit greedy with the Arc Lightning, not skilling it up immediately, almost caused him the kill and definitely caused him the first blood. So it was Solo that got it. I feel like he could have went for it earlier. Yes, it would have cost him a little bit more in terms of mana, but you would already have your bottle. So that's a little bit weird coming out from him.
Yeah, and I suppose he got the assist on that as well, and I think the rest of the heroes have started to walk away, so he did get, well, he got some XP from it, already getting towards that level 2. On the bottom lane now, we can see that Ansar's going to be able to get some de-wadding going here as well. Just looking to block that camp but with his own body, as the Jakiro here, Malady, does he actually try and do the same with that de-ward coming out? It doesn't look like it, but the bombs, they will be dropped, and Malady's going to take some harass from this, and those level 1 bombs, they don't do the most damage, but they do stack up over time, so you do have to watch them when they're being dropped, and we'll see if Mero's going to be able to help. I mean, because what can you do, right? You throw maybe the Malefice over the top of it as well for the chase down damage, but with those Eidolons, the damage really will start to stack up, so those two slows, the slow and the stun, you really do have to be careful here if you're on that safe lane from Na'Vi.
If you're a techies, you don't really care about killing. You care about being super annoying. That's what your hero does. You have such a huge range, and the right clicks are your main weapon. Sticky bombs, they're a nice addition to the damage and something that's going to be scaring the opponents into possibly dying if they get too close to you. But other than that, you're just right clicking here. Yeah,
I'm just thinking that, the sticky bombs are nice to get heroes low, and then it keeps them in that blast off range. So it burns through a lot of the regen as well. We'll see here Jakiro trying to chase down to Antares. So Antares maybe tries to get himself away. Only at level 1, or level 1.5 here. Malady, level 2. So he's going to be coming in with the liquid fire. The bombs carry on getting dropped here, though. Antares trying to play it away. And Malady not going to chase as top lane. Ramses is going to be taking a couple of shots from Daniel on this Enchantress, but the cogs come out. Ramses, is he going to be able to do the damage here now as well as the cogs bounce away Daniel? It looks like Solo just trying to get that harass out, but has to watch out for these impetus shots coming in from Ench.
So on the bottom lane, the idea of the techies was just block the camp, make sure that the pulls are not coming through. That's what you're doing to make sure that your Enigma has a good time. On the top lane, well, it's very hard for a Clockwork and a Nature's Prophet to do much against the Dragon Knight. So this is definitely going to be a free lane for Malik, and it's coming out quite nicely for him, considering that he's going to get that Meteor Hammer, and we talked about the urgency of him getting his Blink Dagger. This is actually good, looking quite good for Na'Vi.
Yeah, and once he gets that meter hammer up, you know, the treants, it's going to be a little bit harder for them to be effective in the lane. Obviously, you've got the micro to come out. It's not just like the creeps bottom lane, though. The chase onto Mero. Mero going to get himself away from this one, being dragged back here by that invisible. It might actually be the Jakiro. It is. Marty goes down. Antares with the blast off, like you say, keeping him in kill range. And it does eventually pay off once Antares hits that level 2. And Shigetsu just has to, being that melee hero up against 2 ranged heroes, going to be a little bit harder for him here until that Jakiro's back in the lane.
Definitely. He did buy the chainmail and the ring of protection, understanding that the right clicks are going to be super annoying from both the techies and the eidolons. So Shigetsu's not going to be taking all that much damage, considering that he's close to 10 armor.
Yeah, and top lane, again, the damage coming through here. We see the Dragon Knight not opting for anything in the drag. This seems to be where the builds evolve to now. Because earlier on, you know, it was all about getting that early meteor hammer. As Daniel, he's going to be checked. I mean, Solo might actually be the one to go down here now as well. The cogs do get dropped. With Daniel inside those cogs, going to be able to break away out here. Maybe inviting Malik in, but Daniel, he's going to get pretty darn low. TP coming in from Ramses now as well. Can they get the kill onto the Enchantress? Enchantress trying to prance himself away from the danger, but one more right click. The body blocks from Malik, and Daniel will be able to get out there.
You're probably not going to be getting kills on the top lane, even though you're getting close, until your Zeus hits level 6. So that's what they're hoping for Kiyotaka to contribute a little bit in damage. And, you know, he's going to have it pretty much the same time as Melojul does.
Yeah, and we'll see how that global presence is going to play out for the Zeus. Here, top lane, Ramses, though. Kill into the Dragon Knight, the Sprout comes out, and Daniel, well, immediately, Hurry, my analyst, is proved wrong as 2 kills come out on the top lane, and they did that out of spite, you know. They were
yeah,
like,
I really didn't expect that to happen at all. I'm actually baffled that it did go that way. Melojul is gonna baffle me again, given that he solo kills the Zeus. But to be honest, Kiyotaka did go slightly more aggressive than he should have. But on the top lane, I didn't expect that to go that way, because the Enchantress can take one treant, right? That's gonna be decreasing the damage of the Clockwork by quite a lot, but Solo constantly staying on them, and with the right clicks they do manage to bring both of them down.
Yeah, and like you said, Kiyotaka maybe getting a little bit aggressive, potentially looking to get that 6 a little bit quicker though, because you can see how close he is, and it does end up costing him his life in the lane.
Solo already now has the Tranquil boost. This is big for a Clockwork, because Clockwork, what you want to do is you want to go in, take a beating, go out, heal up, right? That's what the hero does. The Tranquil Boot so early on, they're gonna allow you to do so. Solo really played that lane well, and I mean, getting the kill was just something I didn't expect, but it's definitely gonna be beneficial for them.
Does with the regen boots coming out for the Clockwork, is it a Boots of Burn build here for the Clockwork? Your extra chase down, as to the attack speed of Ramses as well. Is that something that you expect to come out for the Clock?
I mean, if he's having an amazing game, yes, but overall what I would expect from the Clock here is like a Glimmer Force, because those are definitely going to be nice against the Jakiro.
Okay, we'll see. The Dragon Tail does come out now. Daniel's going to get low, and Ramses, he's going to be able to pick it up this time. Well, it's the big Acorn chasing down. But yeah, going to be able to sprout that one up, and the little treants might be able to deal with it here too before it fades away. But Acorn shot comes out to Ramses. Breathe Fire. It doesn't connect. Bottom lane. We'll see Shigetsu, he's having a decent time with the farm. Sitting second in the net worth, you know, starting to stack up those last hits as well. And it is through the Radiance build, it looks like, for the Alchemist. As the Blastoff comes in, the silence now as well. The rotation from Kiyotaka should be able to get the kill onto the Jakiro. And Mero just looking to back himself away. Even the techies there going to be able to survive through that.
Usually the Zeus want to rotate so as to not use the Thunder God's Wrath, given that it uses up so much mana. But he does have a regen, so pretty much he's calling out, guys, make something happen. I want to use my ulti, because then you're gonna get all of your mana back. Usually you want to keep that one up. 300 mana for the Thunder God's Wrath pretty much makes it impossible for you to continue playing.
Yeah, and you can see here he is going to pop that away from the Jakiro here as well, so it won't be cancelled off. Just using it to farm in the lane. Malik here, he's got the Meteor Hammer. It will connect onto the Clockwork now as well. And Solo, can he get himself away from this one? The damage is starting to stack up. The chase down, but Daniel will get the kill.
Aztecs are just not gonna be good enough. And Melojul was the one rotating towards the top lane as well. He went through the enemy jungle, knowing that it is very hard for him to kill him. Okay, they're diving Shigetsu, so they get the kill.
Yeah, the Black Hole does come out there. It sets up for the kill. We'll see how many we do actually get throughout the game. And Yeah, Mero, they know that with Jakiro playing into the mid lane, they've got these wards down as well. They knew it was a free, if they could land the Black Hole on the Alchemist, it was a free kill because it would have been nothing to cancel it off with Malady not being in the lane. And they take full advantage of that here.
Still, it's pretty nice for Na'Vi, right? They're gonna protect the bottom lane still quite easily without the Black Hole. Pushing that one down is a problem. You're up against the Nature's Prophet if you're Na'Vi. You're expecting your towers to start falling, but that's not gonna be the case. It is gonna be Na'Vi that takes the tower first, despite a couple of deaths on the top, and they're the ones that are gonna slow down the game right now so that HellRaisers cannot open up the map, and that actually benefits you. You have an Alchemist. You're gonna be happy with that.
Yeah, but I suppose on the other hand, you know, you are coming up against this Nature's Prophet that's going for the Hand of Midas. And I'm pretty sure we've seen a Hand of Midas Prophet outscaling your Ramsey's going back to the old classics. Actually keep pace with an Alchemist. Speaking of keeping pace, it looks like Malady, he's going to go down as the Zeus does keep pace with him. Finds that pick off, even going to be able to find one of the camps here now as well.
Yeah, you're right. Ramses, even when he was playing for Dark Side, he would play against Alchemist. The Jugger was pretty popular back then, and he would not care, right? He would literally show people how it is done, how you play against the Alchemist. You get a Midas, and you just outscale him. You are the ones that delay the game. So Dota has become weird and different than what we're used to like 3 years ago, right? And then Alchemists, you just let them farm and you still win.
The stable concoction does come out from the Alchemist here. Onto Mero, but Malady, he's going to be one that's getting low. Is it going to be the blast off in? Yes, there is. And that ice path doesn't connect until Antares does land. So, Antares, it's going to be an unstable concoction. She gets through though, should be able to get the kill. Techies, one more right click. Anything, he's going to have the unstable concoction. Surely the chase down, he gets this kill, right? No way he gets away. No, they're going to be able to bait this one, turn it around. The Sprout comes in from Ramsey's Mero now as well. The Malefice, the body blocks from the Treant and Shigetsu. He's got that the Chemical Rage, so he won't go down, but he won't get the kill either.
Top lane solo is taking some damage, but he will be fine as well. So in the end, nobody dies other than that Jakiro at the start of the engagement on the bottom lane. And the second I saw the Alchemist didn't actually get on top of the techies with the phase boots, it was over. You're not getting him with the right click, and you might be going too deep in the end. Luckily for both sides, no one dies.
Well, apart from Jakiro. Supports, who needs them really? As the mid lane Kiyotaka is going to get gone on, there's going to be drag back here from the Wild Wing Ripper, and it sets up for Melduel to be able to secure that kill. Meanwhile, the bottom lane, that tier 1 tower should go down, and yeah, Malady not going to be able to get the deny here now as well. Ice Path into the unstable concoction. Mero, can he get himself away from this one? It will fly out, but it looks like Shigetsu gives up the ghost. Just going to go back with the acid spray here, trying to farm those Eidolons.
At least they did manage to take the tower down. And you can see that Ramses really didn't want to have anything to do with it. He's in farming mode. I'm outscaling the Alchemist, guys. That's what we're doing in this game. And we'll see how it works out. It has worked out well 4 out of 4 times against an Alchemist in the Eastern European DPC Division 1. So it seems like they feel confident. And considering, you know, the stats, I think is the right way to go. And solo, well, he's going in on Malik.
Yeah, the hook shot comes in, connects onto the Dragon Knight. The Dragon Knight not even going to be able to turn this one around. The Thunder God's Wrath will be used, but it looks like Enchantress will be able to get himself away from this one. Will lose the tomato. One more right click to come out from Ramses. It's okay. No, the Treants will pick it up. But yeah, Shigetsu, while this is going on, will be farming here in the bottom part of the map. Kiyotaka, what's he looking for? It looks like it's going to be the Kaya coming out for the Zeus. Do you expect...
I think it's going to be an E-Blade, right?
Yeah.
Because when you look at Na'Vi, it's going to be some time until they have their BKBs. And imagine an E-Blade Zeus plus the techies. There isn't a hero on the side of Na'Vi that's going to survive that.
True. Do you think he goes for the shard first, or is it just straight into the E-Blade?
It depends now. The next 2 minutes are going to be crucial, right? If things start going slow, we could see a shard. But I think people have mostly gone for the E-Blade instantly when they go for the Kaya, if that's the kind of build they want.
Yeah. Oh, Mero going to be chased down now. The dual breath is coming through. The black hole doesn't actually connect onto Malady, so it looks like they are going to be able to get the kill onto the Enigma there, and Mero goes down, gets punished for being out of position.
Oh, but Solo doesn't want to let it go.
No way. No way he gets this. Surely the chase down comes out. Yeah, he's already used that hook, so it's on cooldown. Not going to be able to get himself on top of Melduel once again. And
Kiyotaka is chasing.
Oh, does he actually get the kill, though? He doesn't have the ultimate either.
There's that ward in the river that saw him walk up the high ground, and he is now asking himself, how did he know? Why did he go back? And he can't get the answer now. Even if he does get it, the ward is pretty much gonna expire in 30 seconds.
Yeah. While this is going on, you see the Welding Ripper coming through. Antares will be able to take it down though, with the just using the mines. Antares grouping up, maybe getting themselves towards the Dragon Knight, as he does back himself away here, already getting back towards that tier 1 tower.
I think I lost you there for a second, Rob. Is everything okay?
Are we back? Am I back? Am I here?
Yeah, you're here.
Oh, weird.
But we did hear the point in the end. But every single time I see an alchemist, I'm hoping for a fast game. Like, people are gonna be invading the jungle like this, like jumping on the Zeus like this. So at least this is somewhat faster. But yeah, nobody cares about the alchemist farming. It seems like the Greevil's greed is just not what it used to be.
No, it's really not adding up. They might be able to get something out of this though now as well. They jump in from the hook shot, they take down Malik, and are they going to be able to get even more out of this? Ice Pass, it looks like they might be able to get the kill into the techies, but Daniel, they want to go for solo here, might be able to get both supports. As Meljul comes right back in with the swashbuckle and finds that kill. Good fight there. They only lost the Dragon Knight, but they took down the tier 1 tower and picked up 3 heroes as well. That's the kind of fight that Na'Vi need to be able to get them some momentum going here in this game, number 1.
Even with that one, they're winning fights, they're getting kills, they have an alchemist, and they are not leading that much in net worth. So this goes to show how the Greevil's greed is just not that strong. You know, I think it used to be 46 gold sorry, 36 gold when when it's maxed out, and now it's 24. It's really a huge difference.
Yeah, it is a big swing there on every creep. He does have the Radiance out, though, going towards that BKB, so he might be looking to fight earlier than, later here, Shigetsu. Maybe knowing that if Ramses does get that free farm as well, it is going to be a lot harder to fight into. So Na'Vi potentially looking to get aggressive. Speaking about getting aggressive here, the hook shot comes in onto Daniel. Can he get himself away from this one? He absolutely cannot, and Kiyotaka will roast him here with a lightning bolt.
Ramses on the bottom lane is in trouble as well. He is taking down. Help is on the way.
Yeah, Mero comes in. The Ice Buff will connect them. They might be able to turn this around on the turnaround here.
Reed.
And Ramses, can he get himself away from this one? He will go down. And now the Macropire will be dropped. They've got the Piggy Pole, though, onto Mero. Mero will be able to go wee all the way back to his tier 1 tower.
Yeah, roast pork almost there. But yeah, you get the Guardian Greaves, and you feel like he's all alone there, and you can go forward. And the false sense of security was given by the sword that they have in the enemy jungle. So they have that ward. The Jakiro didn't really go over it, and he still made there in time. So that's what killed Ramses in the end. Malik, well, they're gonna try to kill him on the bottom lane.
They get the kill as well, but in the mid lane, Kiyotaka is going to go down. The Ice Path now connects onto 2. Meljul, the Thunder God's Wrath comes out, and Kiyotaka is going to be able to get himself out alive, so turning this one around here, they do get the kill onto the 2 heroes on the side of Na'Vi. 3 if you include Malik on the Dragon Knight, so good couple of kills there from HellRaisers. And while this is going on though, Shigetsu is just finding the free farm. Hook shot comes through across the river, and Daniel, it looks like he might just go down here to solo, and it might even be the rotation coming through from Kiyotaka to get that kill.
Oh, 4 heroes that just like that. You can see what HellRaisers were trying to do for the entirety of this game. So they are not forcing fights. They are trying to bait Na'Vi into coming in 1-for-1 and using their mobility and their global presence to kill them. So the second that the Zeus actually survives the attempt on his life and uses all of his spells, they turn everything around there with Zeus ulti, with the Wrath of Nature, and everybody on Na'Vi just dies. And of course, HellRaisers, they have a solid chase potential as well with the Clockwork and the Techies if they haven't used their spells previously. Also, we talked about the Zeus and the E-Blade, but he did go back to the Kaya and Sange. This is something that we saw from Laurel so much when he joined Team Spirit, so Kiyotaka just wants to go deep into the fight and wants to be able to survive if he's the one that is engaged on. I think this is actually the right choice in the game.
Yeah, this is the older build as well. I say older, what, 3 or 4 months? Makes it sound like I'm going back years, but it is one of the older builds. You go for that, like you said, the Sanjin Kaya comes out, the Shard comes out, you go with Bloodstone and then into the Ags, and you just have a lot of burst damage and a lot of regen coming through.
You're literally playing Lesh, right? You jump in, or they jump in on you, you pop the Bloodstone, you use your ulti and you're full. And then you're waiting for your teammates to respond. And considering you have an Enigma, you have a Techies, your potential to turn things around is actually quite high.
And the global presence of Ramses as well, and the Prophet there, you know, even if the Zeus does get jumped, you've got an instant backup no matter where you are on the map. So yeah, like you say, it is just, it buys some time. Speaking of, well, yeah, Ramses, he's gonna go down here. The dual breath comes through, the stable concoction, and they get the kill onto Ramses. No wards for protection there, it doesn't look like, with the smoke coming through. And once it breaks, Ramses still had no idea because of those trees blocking the line of sight.
Look at Antares just going for these solo kills, but I don't think he's getting out of this one alive.
No, maybe not. The black hole does come through, though. He might be able to get the kill. He will be able to get the kill until Shigetsu. Antares goes down here. Meljul, is he going to be able to get himself away? There is no Blink Dagger on Mero just yet, but Kiyotaka comes in. Should still be able to get the kill onto Maldi, even with the Ice Path coming through. The stun, it's not going to be enough, and Kiyotaka hits that mega kill streak there.
A lot of players would be greedy there in Kiyotaka's situation. They'd be like, I'm gonna try to kill the Pango. But he just lets it go. He understands there's very low chances that I'm getting this hero down. Just get what you can and go for the push. And considering that the Nature's Prophet is already back to life, the mid lane tower is gone.
Yeah, and we'll see, again, taking down 3 heroes on the side of HellRaisers. Okay, they do lose Ramses, but the buying time now, after he goes down with that fight, you know, picking up heroes. And like you say, Na'Vi maybe just being baited into overextending a little bit here. You see the odds have not really changed, you know, and you see HellRaisers, like you say, they've even got the net worth lead coming in through, even with this Alchemist being on the field.
I'm actually surprised that Shigetsu forced out the fight so much. Usually we see the Alchemists go for engagements once they have a Blink Dagger. That is the fighting item. The BKB is a farming item with which you're standing in an area, and then if they commit to you, you pop the BKB, you turn around, and you crush them. But Na'Vi went for this aggressive approach. Yeah, you got 1 kill, but then they thought they were going to get so much more, and of course, well, they got punished.
Yeah, it was a great black hole to come out and no way to cancel that one off. So, yeah, like you say, they just maybe went a little bit too far. And like you say, they're not having the blink on the Alchemist, not even be able to get off that BKB there as well. It will cost him his life. He's not going to be too far away from that Blink Dagger, but in the same vein, you know, he's only going to be about 2,000 gold above the Ramses Nature's Prophet. And when you've got that Alchemist, you know, at this point in the game, 20 minutes in, you want to be seeing him like 5, 6, 7k net worth lead ahead. But Nature's Prophet, with this early hand of Midas, going into the Maelstrom as well, you know, it does really stack up the farm. We'll see the blast off in the top lane now as well. Did he get the kill? Because there's going to be the Ice Path, maybe a bit of bait here, but the Meljul will still go down, and it might only cost him, though. Ramses, he TPs it into this, and it's going to cost him his life. And Antares, he's going to go down as just that little bit of a Brucey bonus. Kiyotaka, though, gets the kill onto Malady with the Thunder God's Wrath. So, a 2 for 2. But that was a good setup for the techies, just to get the quick jump and kill there onto the Pangolier.
It's beautiful, actually, right? It was 5 heroes from Na'Vi there. There was a good chance that none of them were there. If you look at the mid lane and the bottom lane, everything is pushing in towards Na'Vi. So now they have to deal with that one. In the end, once HellRaisers, once their heroes are back up, they're the ones that are going to be allowed to make a move. And Na'Vi are going to have to be dealing with the sideways to do anything, right? But, of course, that could have been executed a little bit better if he did use the BKB on the Nature's Prophet. But the response from Na'Vi, at least, that was good.
Oh, Shigetsu, his BKB gets forced out here now as well. Solo, though, could come in with a hook shot if it's on cooldown in the next couple of seconds. No, there's still a really long... In fact, Clockwork, it looks like he used it and maybe got blocked.
Yeah, he got blocked by the Enchantress creep.
Oh,
so
no.
he couldn't get in with the hook shot, but it doesn't matter. This is what I was talking about. You do lose 2 heroes on the top lane, you gain 2, but you outpush the waves, and then you're the ones that are making the moves, which in the end forces the Alchemist to use the BKB and allows you to continue with the aggression, which is why HellRaisers are going for a smoke. Yeah,
they're going to be able to get a jump onto the Enchantress in the mid lane, and that mine, it doesn't actually get the kill here onto the Enchantress. Enchantress, can he get himself away? Midnight Pulse, it's not going to be doing the damage, right? Surely. No, it does, and Ramses gets the TP and gets the kill now. He might be able to take down Mero. He goes down in return, but they're going to be losing 2 already. Both supports have gone. Malik might be able to turn this one around. With the Alchemist rotating in now, he might get the kill. He will. He's going to be able to take down Ramses. Antares goes down on the back line. Meljul will get himself a double kill. Might even be able to make it a triple here. Solo, he's going to be out of mana. The unstable concoction comes in. Meljul picks up the triple.
The mid lane is the place where Na'Vi want to fight because it's the lane that they can get to the fastest, right? In the side lanes, if there is an engagement and you're not immediately there, you'll die. So, but still, HellRaisers, there's so many things they didn't get in that fight. Mainly BKB on the Nature's Prophet, and of course the Guardian Greaves of the Enigma. If he gets the Guardian Greaves off, maybe a black hole comes out. Kiyotaka is doing an unfair amount of damage. poor Melojul, he was just out pushing the wave. You're just forced to go for plays like that because you want to set up for future fights, and then you just die. He was 70% HP and easily got ran down.
Yeah, Kiyotaka just jumps in there with the heavenly jump and bursts him down, landing bolts, arc lightning, and Melojul, he gets a diffusal blade off to slow down Kiyotaka, thinks right now I'm safe, you know, wiping his brow off like phew, I'm away, and then all of a sudden the Zeus calls down the wrath of the Thunder God and claims the kill, and Melojul, there was nowhere for him to hide.
Right now, the time for Navi's triple BKB is coming out, right? So HellRaisers are gonna put even more emphasis into these side lane plays, right? Maybe even more so than before, because they did try to go for the mid lane a couple of times. Sometimes it works. Most of the times it's mostly gonna cost you if you don't do everything perfectly. So right now it's time for HellRaisers to just split up everything. Navi, it wouldn't surprise me if with their items they would just walk into the pit. That might be the best way before Miero gets his BKB.
Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, it looks like the side of HellRaisers, at least a couple of them grouping up here. Kiyotaka, though, just looking for the farm, and it is going to be... It looks like the BKB on the Zeus here before going back. Maybe potentially, you know, he doesn't get that Ags out straight away, but yeah, no, it looks like Zeus, he wants to get involved. He wants to be going towards that BKB, and he's already going to be about halfway towards it. So, Ramses, how's he looking? He's got his own BKB. And Lonnie comes out as well here for the Nature's Prophet. It's going to be big in the fights, but who do you then... I suppose you drop the... I even forget what it's called, the static, the chain lightning, the static charge. Drop that onto Solo maybe and let him jump in with a hook shot.
Oh, yeah, I guess you do. But that's... It shouldn't change the fight. What is going to be changing the fight is that BKB and Zeus. I really like this because the idea is to survive for as long as your enemies have the BKBs. And once the BKBs of Navi are gone, well, good luck. You have to run away from Kiyotaka. You have 2 strength heroes against this shard. It will hurt.
Yeah, and we saw there as well, Navi going for a smoke play, but the mines were down in the dire jungle. They were popping left, right, and center there as Navi were walking in. And all of a sudden, you know, you see HellRaisers, they just move away from that part of the map because they know that there's someone there. They can't quite see them, but with these mines blowing up, you know there's someone there, and it is an early warning system that doesn't even cost the life of the support to be able to use as well.
Definitely does not, and there it is. They're walking into the pit with the triple BKB. I really like this. Before Miero has his BKB, it's a big deal. And during the duration of the Aegis, you're gonna get the bash on the Pangos. You're gonna have to wait to deal with that one.
Yeah, Thunder God's Wrath comes out. She gets who's going to get low. Pops his own BKB. Anderson jumps in. Who's picked up by Aegis. Is it still on the deck? No. Shigetsu will be able to pick it up there. It was a great attempt. And maybe if there was a quicker fingers, a more empty slot, he would have been able to steal that one away. But they didn't get quite anything. It only cost them the 2 supports. You know, so it is a play worth making there because the supports will be back up in no time. Getting cheeky with it. But Navi, they were still able to claim both the Roshan and the Aegis.
I'm surprised that HellRaisers went for that one. Of course, if it works out, it's great. But remember how Team Spirit would always set up really well for once the Roche falls, that they do something else on the map. I expected HellRaisers to go for a play like that. This was a, you know, low-risk play, but very low chances of working out. Kiyotaka, no way he's surviving this.
He's going to pop that Bloodstone. The Black Hole comes out now as well. They're going to jump up to 2 of them. Shigetsu is going to go down. That's going to be Aegis being popped. And with the setup coming through, the cogs, they've got Treant in there. They've got everything to get him up. But he's going to go away for the blink. Hookshot comes through from Solo. He gets the catch onto the Alchemist once again. The Blast-Off comes in. And that's going to be the 2 lives of the Alchemist going bye-bye.
Okay, I take it back. That jumping into the pit, it was actually a setup for this fight right now because the Alchemist didn't have a BKB, and that's the main reason why this could work out so well. If the Alchemist has a BKB, I don't think the Zeus survives there. He doesn't get the heals off with the Bloodstone, and he doesn't get the jump away.
Yeah, you see HellRaisers tipping Kiyotaka there as well. He was like, great bait, mate. Well done, dragging those 2 heroes in. The Black Hole was perfectly landed there as well, because either one of those heroes, if they're outside of it, they throw in one of the stuns, and all of a sudden, you know, Navi, they might get both of those heroes out alive.
That was just beautifully done by Miero. Zeus, he is now like the tankiest hero on the map. He has 3k HP. He has 6k HP because he's gonna be healing back up to full. We just saw how much he heals from just one spell.
Yeah, and like you say, with that BK being out now, Zeus it is going to be real hard to bring this hero down. You know, even if you do get close, like I say, he pops that Bloodstone, and the heroes engaging on have the BKB. Thunder God's Wrath, you pick up a couple of, you pick up the damage across the map here. So he's even got himself a regen rune as well, this Zeus. So this is going to be so hard to take the hero down. Going towards the Boots of Travel, wants that global presence, maybe with Ramses, who just continues to farm at the minute. And again, keeping pace with the Alchemist fairly well. But the Dragon Tail comes up, the Force Staff's going to be there now as well. Do they get the jump
He's
on?
okay.
Kiyotaka, can he get himself away yet? The heavily jump comes out, and again, he's still got that Bloodstone. They get the kill onto the Clockwork, giving his life up to save his, his mid laner, his carry here, and Zeus will be out and will be fine. Didn't want to turn that one around, though. Had his entire kit if he wanted to, but it just looks like they're gonna give it up for now.
They can go now on HellRaisers. Look at the side lanes. The thing is, Na'Vi, they're trying to play around this mid lane. They have this deep ward. It is still not going to be found by the Zeus, but he knows it's somewhere there. And they're trying to force those fights in that area. But unfortunately for them, the Zeus is a little bit too tanky, and his teammates were in the vicinity. Because HellRaisers, they didn't expect the enemy so fast, but they expected them either way, considering that no one was dealing with the side waves.
Yeah, and Daniel's gonna be the one that gets chased down here. The techies jump in, the mines are on the deck. Hex come, no, it's the piggy pole. Still thinking, I mean, 29 minutes, didn't think it was a Hex, but the Sprout's gonna be here now as well. The right clicks from Ramses. Ramses, can he get the kill? Daniel, gonna be able to get himself away. The 3 points into the Nature's Attendants, the pipe protection there as well as the Fluffy Hat and Enchantress. He's gonna be alright, gets himself out of this. Kiyotaka though, looking for Shigetsu. Shigetsu has to pop his Chemical Rage now. Unstable Concoction comes out, but the BKB from Kiyotaka. He's looking for the chase down. Is he gonna be able to get the kill? The Ice Path, it doesn't really matter because of the BKB on the Zeus, and now they get the kill onto the Alchemist. The chase down onto Daniel this time. The blast off comes through. They've got Kiyotaka close now as well. He should be able to get the kill, right? Right, the hook shot. Actually, Solo connects onto Antares. It might just be to catch up there. With the rest of his team, they will get the kill onto Daniel. He goes down. But while this is happening, you've got your Dragonite split pushing and cutting this wave, taking the pressure away from this tier 2 tower in the bottom. So HellRaisers, they say, okay, and go straight to this tier 2 tower in the mid lane.
Kiyotaka has been setting up for a kill there for a very long time, and in the end, he finds an Alchemist. Again, the fight was just over, or like 40-50 seconds ago, and he didn't have his BKB. And one interesting thing, if the Enchantress wasn't in the vicinity, that was a solo kill. He didn't need anybody to finish off the Alchemist.
Yeah, no, it was a great chase down there from the Zeus, and like you say, I mean, so used to seeing the Zeus as being the one running away from heroes like the Alchemist when the Alchemist was popular, but the game's changed. The Zeus, he's a big tanky boy here. You wouldn't think got a great amount of damage to throw through. Even the right clicks coming through now because of that shard are effective against the Alchemist, and that Chemical Rage really doesn't do anything against the burst of the Zeus.
Kiyotaka is a beast. This guy, I mean, we knew he was good in the previous tour.
Yeah.
But he has been surprising more and more. And if he continues with this route and this consistency, he's gonna be one of the best players in the world. But it is just insane how well he's playing. Every single game, every single item, every single decision is on point. Sometimes he gets overly aggressive and makes a mistake, but that is what makes him so great, because in the future, he's gonna learn what the problem is, how deep he can go, and he's gonna get even better. He's not at his peak just yet.
No, and that's the thing as well, that you look at it really, to me, he's probably the best mid laner in the region at the minute.
Yeah, it does look that way, really. It really does.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not that much of a step up playing on the international. We'll see if, you know, obviously with the roster change, how well HellRaisers will do when they get themselves to the major. But yeah, the way they're playing around Kiyotaka, enabling him on the mid lane to be, like I say, being that true damage dealer, being the one that, you know, starts the fights and looks to get the damage off, burst down heroes quickly. You know, the synergy with the HellRaisers team, it is really showing up here in this tour number 2, and they're benefiting from it all the way through.
Okay, I think we should stop praising him right now, because then he will make a mistake, and that's gonna be it. So let's not. It's actually beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful watching him play overall. So let's continue that route. Na'Vi, they still have chances of killing heroes, but we're coming to that point of the game where they're really lacking in on damage. They cannot kill the Zeus. You would say, oh, Zeus is gonna be weak and squishy. No, he has 3k HP. He is not gonna die.
Yeah, he's even going to be going towards the Octarine core here as well, which is going to add to the tank. Speaking of adding to, well, it's not going to be the tank, because the Black Hole comes in now, and they've got the lockdown, they've got the damage, they should have the kill until Shigetsu. Trying to get himself away, but the Zeus is close, trying to burst him down. The Heavenly Jump comes in for the slow, and the blast off there as well. Kiyotaka gets the kill once again, and he is just hunting heroes here in this game number 1. He is 12-3-7 on Kiyotaka, looking... You know, we've already been over it. He looks really good on this Zeus in this game number 1.
He was actually hiding in the trees. He didn't even attack the Alchemist right clicks. I'm not going to be doing all that much with the BKB being on. You can't do a lot. And he just moves himself away in a potential place where the Alchemist might run to. And he's waiting there, making sure that no one can come from that side to kill his teammates, but also making sure that if the Alchemist runs that way, which he did, that he's going to be there killing him. So very nicely done there.
Yeah, I think that's something, again, he's going to... If he ever watches his cast back, this little segment, he's going to get a proper big head over this. But, again, positioning-wise on the Zeus, if you are looking to learn positioning on heroes like this Zeus, you know, you just watch this match, you watch the replay on this, and just track where Kiyotaka is positioning himself to not only get the engagements, but like you say, play it safe when these fights are breaking out here. Oh, as we say that, the caster's curse will be effective. Kiyotaka, though, to get himself away from this one, the heavily jump up to the high ground. He's out of mana, but with the save from Mero, the BKB coming through as well, while that was happening, Ramses gets the kill onto Malik in the bottom lane, TPs himself into this and might be able to go for even more. The damage coming through, the chase down onto the Enchantress, and now it's going to be the kill onto Malady. They take down 3 across the map, and Ramses involved in all of it.
Damage is just becoming apparent yet again.
Yeah.
Right? I think that even if they had 4 of their here, even if Shigetsu was with them, because Malik was on, he was dying on the bottom lane, obviously couldn't be there. But even if Shigetsu was there, you don't kill a Zeus. And it has come to a point in this game where HellRaisers, they can stand their ground in the mid lane. The second that comes, Na'Vi don't actually have a play, because they are not winning a fight. They cannot win a fight if they cannot kill the Nature's Prophet or the Zeus at the start of the fight. Considering their HP and also Satanic on the Nature's Prophet, their ability to do so if the enemies are ready it's not really there.
Oh, look at that damage done there as well. The Zeus, I mean, everybody knows the Zeus can just put up burst damage, but he's going to be sitting about 11k higher than the techies. And, you know, all 3 of the top 3 heroes in that all belong to HellRaisers here. Going to be able to march himself right into this Roche pit. Gets a quick Roche, get that shard out now as well. And... yeah, I mean, what can you really do if you're Na'Vi? They're going to be looking to a smoke, but they're nowhere near this Roche pit. Not going to be able to capitalize on that little area as everyone tries to leave it. And again, and now look at the difference in net worth between the Nature's Prophet and the Alchemist. The Alchemist should be up there right at the tippy top of the net worth, but it's going to be the Nature's Prophet by about 5-6k gold above the Alchemist.
Nah, he's not even close. The way that you fight with Na'Vi, you have to jump on either the Zeus, or now you have to jump on the Zeus, kill him with 4 heroes. That is not the Pango. Pango needs to wait for the Black Hole and use the Swordbuckle. That's your approach to the fight.
Well, the jump comes in. They get the kill onto Solo now as well. Solo's going to buy back into this. They might even be able to get the kill on Shigetsu. Shigetsu can't get himself outside of that Sprout. He just has to wait for his death here. Ramses does pick it up, and now they might even be able to go into Malik, but again, Solo coming in onto this. He's got that big black dragon form, so he's going to be able to get himself away from the Sprout. Just fly himself out of here on the back lines, though. They get the jump onto Daniel, and he will go down. One more, the bomb, anything, the reveal. Thunderbolt gets the kill from Kiyotaka. Hook shot. They're connecting the base. They're going to be able to get the chase down now as well. The Dragon Knight, well, there's going to be the Black Hole now as well. It's going to be the Swashbuckler to come through. It's going to be the Ice Path. Malik has to pop that BKB. Rolling Thunder on the back lines now as well. But the BKB here from Mero. Mero should be able to walk himself away from this one. Melojul should get 2 buys back into this fight. Melojul, the Rolling Thunder will be wearing off now as well. Kiyotaka has used his BKB. He's still sitting on the front lines. Ice Path will connect. There's that follow-up from the Alchemist. Still concoction. Nothing going to be thrown into Kiyotaka. So Kiyotaka just going to be able to back himself away from this one.
No, they can't kill them. Now it's so apparent that nobody's gonna die. You could see the start of that fight. You could see that the Pango didn't want to engage. So Na'Vi knew how they needed to approach the fight. They just don't have the strength. The difference in gold, the difference in strength is way too big at the moment.
Well, they might get the dieback here on the Clockwork. What can they get? They take down Mero. Can they get more from this? Ramses will go down. That's going to be Aegis being popped. Kiyotaka, how far away from that BKB being back up is he? Still going to be about 30 seconds here. So they get the kill onto Ramses. Even Antares going to go down. They're going to get a full 5-man wipe here. Na'Vi, they're taking absolute hatred with Hurry's statement here. They wiped the entire team.
Very weird that HellRaisers did go deep there. They could have just stayed in the base with the Nature's Prophet in front, and pushed, but they decided to dive. And yeah, well, it was probably a moment. Let's see if we can do it. Well, yeah, you have gotten your answer. I'm not sure if this changes things completely. I'm trying to look at the items of the Alchemist because he's the one that should be starting to do a bit more damage. Maybe with the Abyssal Blade, they're gonna have that potential to jump on a core. It's very important to jump on a core, Nature's Prophet or the Zeus, and kill them at the start of the fight. They did that to the Clockwork, but it's not good enough.
Well, it's going to open up at least a tier 2 tower in the mid lane with these creeps pushing in now as well. And nobody on the side of HellRaisers apart from Ramses has buyback as well. There is going to be the offlaner with Mero and Solo coming up fairly early on, but the Zeus still going to be down for 45 seconds here. So we'll see if Na'Vi, it's just going to be tier 2 towers it looks like that they want to go for.
Smart approach. Push in all the lanes, make sure that you can make a play. This is very important. Alchemist has the Abyssal Blade, so he has a really good initiation. If he gets on top of someone, it's gonna be very, very tough to get them into a safe position. If you look at it, there's only one Force Staff on HellRaisers, and there is a ton of stuns on the side of Na'Vi. So now that the all lanes are pushed in, you could find that opening pickoff that might allow you to snowball on the potential that was given to you right now if you're Na'Vi.
Yeah, they are going to be using this little bit of momentum to get what they can. They can't take down this tier 2 tower on the bottom lane, back themselves away. And it looks like they are just playing this as 5. You know, they've already won one fight, but Shigetsu had to buy back for it. So if they do lose the Alchemist here, it could be really awkward in terms of trying to defend the base. So it looks like it's going to be at least one hero playing close to Shigetsu at all times, making sure that, you know, they've got a way to maybe get him out of these fights if he does get jumped on.
There is one thing that could change Navi's lack of damage, and that is the Aghanims of the Jakiro. It is coming, right? So it goes through BKB. If HellRaisers don't respect it, if they make a mistake staying inside of the macro power a little bit too long, it could allow Navi to win a fight, especially if Jakiro hits level 20, but that's a little bit tougher.
Yeah, we'll see how quickly. I mean, the Alk is getting towards this Aghanim Scepter, so he's with the accelerated speed that he farms at, it shouldn't be too far away. But again, it's whether he does get the space to get towards it, because look at this HellRaisers. They want to start putting pressure on the map once again. The tier 3 tower on the top lane being contested, and they've already done damage to the mid lane with those racks going to be going down.
Oh, Malady lost his Aghanims. It was on the courier. HellRaisers found it, so that's 3 minutes that you're not gonna have it.
Well, that's rough. Yeah, no, that is rough here. I thought it was coming through on Shigetsu. I thought he was the one building it up because he's got that axe queued up. But yeah, no, the courier is going to be going down. And really, how do you buy this time for 2.5 minutes for Na'Vi to defend this space? You know, defend. It looks like HellRaisers aren't going to force the issue. Not pushing out too much. Going back, maybe finding the next items. Maybe waiting for the next Roche as well. That could be at least 2.5 minutes away before they go for another push in.
I don't think they want to be waiting for that long, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to try to go for a pickoff and potentially force Na'Vi into a mistake, or at least get yourself better established on the map.
Yeah, well, Daniel's going to get low. The hookshot comes in now as well into the Enchantress push back with the cogs. And there is the pickoff that you were looking for.
That is a lot better. With this, now you can push in all the lanes and make sure that Na'Vi at least are not getting any new items.
Well, the Alchemist, he's going to be farming through, you know, because he's got this ward down in the dire triangle, so he's going to feel secure there farming through this. He got the acid spray. That was a big creep wave there as well. So Shigetsu, that is going to be buying out onto the Ags. Who do you pass this across to? Because Malik already has his.
It has to be the Pango.
Yeah.
Given to the Enchantress, I don't think the Sproink really changes all that much at the moment. Could be a great ultra late game item. At this moment, the Enchantress just doesn't do enough in terms of damage. But Melojul, having the Aghanims, it does increase the damage output quite a lot, right? Considering that he has both the Diffusal Blade and the Skull Basher.
And again, it looks like HellRaisers are just waiting for this next road. They are giving the time and space for Na'Vi. In fact, Malady's courier, it's going to be up in 48 seconds, so not really punished for losing that Ags. And once it's back in the base, you know, this is going to be 40 seconds away here, and that damage will really start to amplify on the Macropire.
That push of the base of HellRaisers, their dive, it really did cost them a lot. They should have ended this game. Now they're getting into ultra late game territory where there's going to be a lot of items that you have to think about. So I don't think they're too happy about it. Good thing for them is Nature's Prophet has his level 25. So your split push, your ability to find one hero, two heroes stranded has increased quite a lot.
Oh, well, they might be able to get the jump onto Maori here. Maori can get himself away. I say they. It looks like it's just going to be Kiyotaka with the haste rune getting aggressive here. The rest of his teammates were away. So if he did get caught out, I mean, he still had that BKB, the Bloodstone, active there as well. And yeah, even throwing out tips. Well done, bud. You got yourself out alive. And that's the minimum you could expect.
He did use a smoke for it. How many? They don't have any smokes in the base? Was that their last smoke? Oh, I don't like that.
It looks like it was. Yeah, no smokes as far as I can see on the inventory.
That's gonna make it a little bit tougher to get out on the map the way that you want. Having Manta the Dragonite though, that's nice. Kiyotaka!
Pops up BKB, might try and turn this one around. The Tamalik now as well, trying to chase him. Dragon Tail, they get the stun onto Ramses. He might go down. Kiyotaka, he's not going to survive through this now as well. Antares, he gets that jump in, but he's going to go down once again. And they get all 5 heroes. Na'Vi. God damn, they might even be able to get... I mean, Roshan's up in 40 seconds here, so they've got a big window. There's a double damage rune in the river as well. This is going to be a massive window for Na'Vi.
Buybacks might be more important to push out because then you definitely have a win condition. You're gonna be ahead, and this is the thing currently in Dota. You make one overly aggressive move when you should be ending the game at that point, and this is what could happen. And also that fight, it started perfectly for Navi. What ended up happening is Clockwork's Force Staff was purged off by the enchant. I'm like, what's happening? Do they have a nullifier? Nope. It just happened so that Daniel, he did get the enchant off during the middle of that Force Staff. He just stops in place. That point HellRaisers probably should have ran, but they couldn't.
Yeah, and look at this now as well. The double damage rune for Shigetsu with the Chemical Rage. He's got a decent amount of attack speed here as well. And this is going to be even on the lane of Rax. Fortification will be used, but it doesn't look like HellRaisers. They want to use any buybacks here. And Na'Vi, they've even got the Manta onto Malik. So Malik going to be able to push out in this Black Dragon form and do the damage onto all 3 lanes onto these towers. So the buyback comes out from Kiyotaka now as well. Kiyotaka has that BKB back up. Is he going to be able to push him back? They're going to be able to get the Malefice though. The illusion onto the Dragon Knight. It's still going to be doing damage to that tier 3 tower, and it is slowly but surely ticking down here.
That is gonna be a buyback on the Zeus. He was beyond godlike. He didn't die for a very long time, and now he's 1 death away from losing the game. Navi, they finally do enough damage. They're also gonna get the Roche. They're gonna have an Axe there. That means that every single one of their heroes, apart from the Alchemist, will have an Aghanim Scepter. So this is gonna be beautiful for Navi. They're very happy with how the game is going right now, and those damage issues, when you get to the later portions of the game, they just disappear. There's so many items in play.
Yeah, and even if all the... I need to read up. Even if all of the heroes have the Aghanim Scepter anyway, you know, the Alchemist, if we're getting into the, 46 minutes in, to the point where he doesn't have anything he can spend his gold on, it looks like it's going to be the Swift Blink coming out here. And then I assume into a Moonshard to come out for the Alchemist here as well. And after that, you know, he's looking pretty much... He might go back for the shard as well. So, yeah, he can go right up to these 9 slots being filled here on the Alchemist. And then after that, start giving out the Aghanim Scepters to give the gold back to his teammates. And, you know, really start to power spike them as well.
We're still ways away from that. You know, the Alchemist, he needs some time to farm. When this part of the game comes, you need to be somewhat together if you're playing against this much global potential from HellRaisers. So he's not going to be getting all that much farm that we can expect 5 Moonshards and the 5 Aghanim Scepters to come out. But the Shard, I do agree on. I think that is the one that he should get, because both the Dragonite or the Enchantress would benefit from it immensely.
Yeah. Especially now, with the Daniel having not only the Aghanim Scepter buff, but having the Hurricane Pike here as well. It would just be like non-stop impetus. It wouldn't be a break in the rainbow line. It'd just be one long rainbow of attacks onto whatever target hero he finds.
double black hole is ready for HellRaisers. That is one thing that you have to be really afraid of. 3 of your heroes or 2 of your heroes, if it's Melojul caught in it, you have nothing to break that one. It's just gonna kill those heroes. So you need to make sure that that doesn't happen if you're Navi. They need to continue playing the way that they did. So it is 4 heroes going forward and Melojul in the back, the way that they're positioned right now, ready to cancel out the black hole, and you hope that you're not gonna be an unlucky bastard that just doesn't bash from 4 hits.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah, he's even going back to farm. You know, if he gets caught out, he can roll in thunder. He's got the blink dagger to catch up here as well. But it looks like, again, Navi not overly eager to engage just yet. Here's Daniel going towards his own BKB as well. Kiyotaka, though, looks like they're going to try and go for that chase down. Look for that backstab here as well. Did he actually get the catch out? They've got 3 in the river. Solo, he's coming in. Jetpack will be used here now as well. Where's that hookshot? Connects until she gets to. Got his own unstable concoction. Don't forget, he has that Aegis now as well. Gonna get himself on top of Ramses. Ramses trying to get himself away in the Silver Edge form. They get the kill onto Malady now. Malady's going to buy back. The Black Hole comes through the catch on, but like you say, Melojul, he's going to be able to come in with a bash. He get the kill onto Mayro. Mayro's going to go down. Rolling Thunder will be used. Ramses going to get himself away from this one. He's already used that BKB. The J's down. They get the kill onto Ramses. Ramses, he has to buy back. It looks like he's getting himself to push down this top lane here. Oh, just looking for farm. Okay, no, he buys back. He's looking for his own refresher, but maybe looking to put the pressure onto this tier 3 in the top lane, while the side of Na'Vi, they could look towards this tier 3 tower on the bot, and now Ramses will be TPing back, and the Dragon Form illusions coming through from the Dragon Knight here. Once that's back up in a minute, they will really start to do the damage onto the buildings. He's going to have that Meteor Hammer still now as well. Buyback comes out from Antaras, and Meteor Hammer, it is going to be dropped. The Dragon Knight illusions coming in with the Manta style now as well. This tier 3 tower, it looks like it's going to go down.
Miero made a mistake in that fight. He didn't use the black hole over himself, and Melojul, he used the swashbuckle. He didn't get the bash, right? He got unlucky. But the Enigma was not inside of her black hole, so he could blink next to her, having the Octarine Core, having the extra range on the Abyssal Blade. He was able to cancel out that black hole, and that was it for the fight. HellRaisers have lost that fight, and they're most likely gonna lose the game here. 20 seconds until... Okay, actually, they might respect this, Navi. Let's see how much respect they actually have for HellRaisers.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Right into Kiyotaka. There's going to be unstable concoction now as well. Zeus has that BKB though. They want to try and turn this one around. 4 heroes grouping up the blast off. And the hookshot. It actually connects onto Antares as he jumps himself in now. And they're going to be able to get the kill onto Antares. It's onto Solo, excuse me. He did buy back in that last fight. Shigetsu trying to get himself away. Again, has that Chemical Rage. Is the damage going to be enough? In 14 seconds, Chemical Rage will be coming up. Just needs to buy a little bit of time here. Shigetsu turns himself back around, gets himself in. Aegis will pop. Ramses trying to do what he can with the Satanic. The damage on Ramses. Can he get himself out? That BKB will be wearing off. The Force Staff in from Daniel, trying to chase down Ramses. Can he get himself away from this one? The impetus damage. Again, it might start to stack up, and Daniel has the BKB of his own. So Kiyotaka not going to be able to do the damage. And Stable Concoction comes out. They get the stun. The Black Hole. It does come out onto the Dragon Knight now. It doesn't matter. It's going to be cancelled off now. It's up to the other damage to take him down. Malady, he comes right back in. Mayro,
another one,
and they have the damage to blast off from the tech. He's trying to do the damage. Mayro, he's trying to get himself out of this. Slowed down Melojul with the BKB, and they've got 3 heroes down on the side of HellRaisers already. Na'Vi, all of them still alive, coming into this towards the tier 4s, and the damage with Malik just coming through. Again, the Dragon Knight with the form has a Satanic of his own once again. 6 seconds before that is back up. The heals from the nature, the tendons, the backlines. He was trying to BQ, get the kill onto Malik, and Malik, well, the Manta Style's going to be called once again, but GG will be called. They even finished it off with a kill onto Mayro, and well, it was all smiles for HellRaisers as they started off this game, but it's a little bit more serious faces now for them as this game ends.
You and me talked about this before we got into the program. We talked even with production there. They were like, yeah, this is probably going to be a fast game. Everyone has written off Na'Vi, and the team that are like, everyone is like, yeah, they're out. They're probably not going to be going through. They beat HellRaisers. They beat them in style. Melojul in that fight, he went for the swashbuckle, minus 3 second cooldown. He has the Octarine Core. He cancels 2 black holes in a row. Miero cannot get a single one off. And Na'Vi, this is just beautiful. This was one mistake from HellRaisers, one big one. That means that Na'Vi did a lot of things right in this game. They had some problems. HellRaisers, they hit their timings. They should have won the game. They were greedy once. They were overly aggressive once. And Na'Vi wins the game off of that one. After that one, they didn't make any mistakes. They moved perfectly. They even got unlucky with one swashbuckle, and they still win the game. So HellRaisers, they have been beat completely and utterly in this game number 1.
Yeah, and HellRaisers, was it literally just that over-aggression in the base that cost them this game? You know, was there any way back into it for them after the fact, or Na'Vi, was the momentum always in their favor after that?
There was, after that aggression, you always have a chance to come back into the game. Level 25 Nature's Prophet, when you have a Rax advantage, it is not to be underestimated. You can outplay your opponents, right? But HellRaisers, they still thought with the double black hole that they had what it takes to go for a fight. And the second that they lost that fight in the jungle, if you remember Kiyotaka with his wraparound and stuff like that, the second that fight didn't go their way, that is where the game ended, right? But they always could have extended it, hoped for something else, got some hexes, and maybe approached the game in a different way. But when you have a double black hole, you very rarely think that you're gonna lose the game. But yeah, it was that one. Currently in Dota, when you can win the game, if you don't do it at that moment, you fall off significantly, right? Because there's a reason that at that point in time, because of your itemization, because of your approach to the game, because of how you play it, there is a reason why at that point in time, you are so dominant and you can end the game, right? And if that doesn't happen, and it's not like you lost a hero, you lost 5 heroes, you lost all map control, it is literally like 15,000 gold swing. And after that, Na'Vi have all the info, all the vision, and they can continue capitalizing on it. So yeah, it was one huge mistake that opened up this for Na'Vi, but I'm not going to take it away from Na'Vi because they did everything right after that moment. And even before it, there were a lot of good moves coming out from them. One of the biggest ones for me was walking into the Roche Pit when you have triple BKB, and then you had the Basher after the Aegis was taken down, even though it was taken down fast. And that is what counters the late game of HellRaisers. So Na'Vi, they did a lot of things right, and that's why they got the victory.
Yeah, and congratulations to Na'Vi, but it is only the first game here. You know, HellRaisers, they could come back in the second game. Na'Vi, like you say, maybe they just need this one a little bit more, and it's spurring them on. You know, it's like the Dragon Ball Z when they charge up. You know, they're storing all the power for this last fight here to push through. And HellRaisers, they have to go back to the drawing board here with game number 2. But Na'Vi looking incredibly good once they got that synergy going here for their side. Meljoul, some great plays, like you say. He even got himself the Penta-Edge sword, so that extra attack range, being able to blink on. And like you say, maybe a bit of a mistake there from Miro, not casting the black hole on himself with the swashbuckle, not bashing out and taking away that black hole. So really well played from Na'Vi, keeping the nerve all the way through that match, coming back into it after looking at the graphs, because there was a massive dip down, and that one fight, you know, it just shoots all the way back up in favor of Na'Vi. But again, guys, this is only going to be the first game. They need to do it again in the second game here, Na'Vi up against HellRaisers, to secure at least a chance at surviving here in Division 1. We'll find out what's going to happen after this break. Welcome back in, everybody, and I don't think anybody was expecting this from Na'Vi, but that first game, they took their opportunity, they forced it through, and they've got themselves a 1-0 lead over HellRaisers. hurry. This second game now, HellRaisers, they don't want to be going down in a 2-0 fashion. They want to be fighting back. So are we expecting something different here from HellRaisers? Maybe banning out the Alchemist here, or maybe even the Pangolier in the second game?
No, there is absolutely no reason to put that on the draft. The draft from Navi was okay. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't awesome, but it was okay. It was playable. The thing is that it wasn't better, so I never would have said, okay, they're gonna beat HellRaisers, because I do rank HellRaisers still, even after that loss, as a better team than Navi. So I'm expecting them to be winning if the drafts are close to each other in any way, right? But yeah, mistakes can happen. That is just what Dota is. But Navi, I think they have proved here that they still have something to show, and that is the most important thing.
Yeah, it was like you said, it was some great fights there from Navi, just taking their opportunities when it came. Maybe HellRaisers, they learned, they just backed themselves away, because that jump in the base, even I was confused after the BKBs were all down. Kiyotaka, I think, was trying to run himself away. Solo jumps in with a hook shot, and then all of a sudden it kind of turns on its head. So maybe, just a few words of admonishment there for Solo after that first game. But again, there is still the potential for HellRaisers to pull it out the bag. And Navi, they still need to be on top of the game looking through into game number 2. They can't let it get to that. After that first game, they can't think it's all done and dusted, because HellRaisers, they have that quality to jump right back into it and force it through into a 1-1 situation.
I mean, I don't know which approach is the best to take. I know that in China, they can be very blunt to their teammates, and they would be like, what the hell are you doing? Like, how dare you jump into that base, you idiot, blah, 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 right? Stuff like that. In Eastern Europe, if you do that, you're gonna get into a fight with your teammates, and you don't want that to happen, right? So I'm not sure how Sol will approach it. He definitely has a lot of experience, so though he was the one that was jumping in, right? So he maybe just slaps himself, like, okay, you don't do that any longer, because you just made a big mistake that cost you the game. But overall, I think currently, maybe after the series they could talk about it. Currently, I think the idea is, well, let's just keep this behind us and exercise a bit more discipline in the coming games.
Yeah, and we'll see, if that is going to be the case, as waiting for this game to start. But looking through, I mean, the HellRaisers, again, they do need this win to get themselves into the major, because their last game is, well, they don't need it to get into the major. More than likely they are secure, being 5-0 on the table. But, they do want to finish it up in terms of series unbeaten here. So, they do need to get themselves back in, like you say, maybe just a little bit more concentration coming into it. Just kind of respect the power of Navi when they do try and go for these fights in the late game. You're not trying to overextend, and we'll see how they're going to do in the second game. Again, you're still going to give props over to Navi, because Navi looked really good when they had those opportunities to go for the fights. And like you say, maybe just a couple of mistakes coming out from Miro with those black holes. To be honest, I'm still not impressed with the Enigma as a hero. I just think that the Greaves build-up is a little bit too slow, but you do still need that in the fights. The offlaning, you're relying on those Greaves. Still, even with that meta shift out and the Meteor Hammer being a little bit more popular, I just think... I don't know. I still don't like the Enigma as a hero.
Yeah, I mean, coming back to him not using the black hole over himself, I remember there was a tournament in Croatia, and Level Up. I don't know if you probably heard of that. They had the boot camps, and they had teams in Division, maybe even in Division 1 for one season in Western Europe. They brought Funnick to play in the tournament with them. So what happened there, when the tournament is just not as high tier as this one, he black holed, and he was playing against a really good Magnus player who pulled him out of the black hole with the RP, right? And then during that game, because we later on talked to the players, of course, they said they just told Funnick, yo, man, just use the black hole over yourself and everything is going to be fine. And you could see that every single time he did it. Here for HellRaisers, right? Miero, after that one mistake, he would, after that, always use the black hole over himself. You saw that in the base. But the thing is, that was the first time in the game that he experienced that Abyssal Blade with a Octarine core. He wasn't thinking about it at that point, and usually one mistake like that should not cost you the game. It really wasn't the crucial thing that cost them the game. Maybe at that point they turn it around, but it is them getting things back. So yeah, you can't really take it against him, because he only experienced it once now, and definitely would have adjusted if he did have a chance later on in the game.
Yeah, lobby just taking a little bit more to get into the draft. So guys, the game will be underway. We're just having some issues with the lobby, so we're not too far off getting into this. So let's look ahead while we have a bit of time on the clock here at the series Team Spirit versus VP. Because again, it is a qualifying match here for Team Spirit. VP, they want this. Looking at the table, they are 2-2, so they've got themselves a few more matches than everyone else. In fact, I think they play every day this week or every day, in this week coming through. They've already played Bat Boom. They've got Team Spirit today. Looking at Hydra and then Navi on the final day. So VP, do you think this is going to be enough to push them up the table here? Do they take the wins up against Hydra and Navi?
I think they are coming into the series as favorites, not heavy favorites, especially not against Hydra, right? But if we go by it, one move beat Hydra 2-1, VP beat one move 2-1, so they should be looking better. But I wouldn't be surprised if Hydra took the game off of them after this performance. I could see even Navi taking a game off of them, but before this game had happened, I would have thought that would be a 2-0 for Virtus Pro. Not an easy 2-0, but I would most likely expect it to be ending with Navi not getting a single game.
Okay, and we'll see now as we do get ourselves into the draft. It took a little bit of time, but we are going to be here. Looking at it, the Dragon Knight's going to be banned here from Navi because they want to first pick the Rubik. Okay, so the Prophet even gets taken away here as well. Those two heroes that Ramses does like. Meanwhile, the Brood and the Io will be taken out. So HellRaisers, they go for the first pick on the Disruptor. It does get through this time, and incredibly popular here. It seems to be doing quite well. They go back for the Enigma as well. Again, I'm not 100% about this hero, especially picking up in the first phase as well, when you have so many options now for Navi to come back and try and deal with it.
Into a Rubik as well. So, you already have a way of dealing with it. Yeah, Lincoln Sphere can be popular in some other heroes. It can be put on the Enigma, but it's definitely not the most optimal way to play the hero. And the Rubik, if you put him in the lane against the Enigma, which you could do, he lanes actually quite nicely. And Malady is a beast of a player, so he's a beast on a Rubik as well. Not sure why they went for it so early. It seems like Miero might not be feeling too good today to play anything else, and they might be afraid that if they had picked like a Beastmaster or a Lycan, then there would be an Enchantress waiting for them.
Yeah, and there it is. The Pango comes out straight away here from Navi just to try and once again deal with the Enigma and those black holes. Once the team fights start to come out, it might be a little bit harder this time with the Disruptor being on the field. You could try and get the Static Storm on top of the Pangolier, but Pango, if he's left for free reign, he might just be able to stop the Enigma in the tracks as the OD ban out once again. So HellRaisers, how can they try and deal with this Pangolier in the game before it gets on top of the Enigma?
It depends. Overall, it's Pango until later stages of the game isn't a problem for the Enigma. So if the game goes as well as it did for HellRaisers in the previous one, you're gonna be fine. You're not gonna have an issue with the Pango. So playing a Zeus against him again, I wouldn't mind it. You could go for a Puck. That's a Kiyotaka hero. If you think that's gonna help, considering that the roll up doesn't purge anymore, you cannot use it that effectively against the Puck. So that's why you have to go for a BKB. So if they're dealing with him directly, Puck would probably be the best one.
Okay, would go well with the Disruptor there as well as the Enigma. That Dream Call setting up for either the Static Storm or the Black Hole as well. Gives you the chance to catch up more heroes than you might do. So yeah, Puck, it might be the next pick here for or one of the next picks here for HellRaisers, but I don't know if Navi let it through because they did ban it in that second phase in the first game as well, I'm pretty sure. So HellRaisers, it might not even be an option for them here.
Yeah, they might get rid of it. You can see Navi's bans. They're literally targeting HellRaisers, and this is very big. I liked that they banned out both the Nature's Prophet and the DK, showing that they don't want to pick them as the first pick. but they don't want to allow HellRaisers to have either of them on their second pick. So understandable, and for a good reason. HellRaisers have been beasts on those heroes. Even in the previous game, Navi might be thinking, if they are a bit pessimistic, guys, we didn't beat the Nature's Prophet, we lost to it, but they made a huge mistake that allowed us to come back. So we saw how much it brings to the team. Let's not let them have it. And I think it's the right approach. It's not like HellRaisers got anything too big. They did get a solo disruptor, might be Antares playing it, and this team knows how to use it, and now is the strongest in the meta. So we'll see if Navi actually made the mistake and how much this disruptor is actually going to be able to do.
Yeah, meanwhile, HellRaisers, they take away the Lycan, so that build and push potential would be effective. The Enchantress is still there. Yeah, the puck gets banned out. So Navi, if they want to go back for the Ench, it could be, it is still going to be available for them if that's a hero that you want to go towards as well. And again, puts out a lot of early damage that buys time for the carries as well, puts out a lot of harass. So we'll see if that's going to be an option for them. If for HellRaisers, they want to ban it out because they ban out the Beastmaster, the Brood, and the Lycan. So those with the minion creep tower push potential heroes, HellRaisers just don't want to play against it here.
There is no Dragonite, and now there's no other two offlane pushers, and you have the one that is left, the Enigma. So right off the bat, you have an advantage in that one in taking over the enemy jungle and playing and controlling more of the map. If you manage to keep your tower alive and the Enigma, at some point you're going to be taking the enemies down for sure. That is a big advantage that could be capitalized on in the early mid game. So that might be what HellRaisers are looking to do.
Yeah, I like the ban on the Jakiro here as well for HellRaisers. Even before the BKB was coming out and the Pangolier had to be the one to deal with the Black Hole, we saw a good couple of ice paths coming across as well from, that can deal with that. And yeah, Enigma Techie's coming through once again. So the blast off, there is a good setup from both the Disruptor and the Enigma. Techie's did quite well in that early game as well, getting some blast off kills. And again, just being able to use the mines, the sticky bombs to come through and keep the heroes low, keep them in that kill potential range. So Navi, let's see how they want to play into this on this. I assume it's going to be another offlane Enigma Techie's combo.
Yeah, that's going to be the case. So they will go for the Enchantress. I think that puts Malady on the Rubik. I doubt you're gonna go with two heroes. I mean, Enchantress can be annoying to the Enigma, taking one Eidolon.
Yeah.
But you still have four other to deal with, whereas the Rubik can be quite good against him. And HellRaisers, well, you can't ban all of his heroes. Storm Spirit is still going to be in the pool. And I like that HellRaisers pick up their mid laner right now, because Ramses, he has a bigger hero pool, and he can adjust. Kiyotaka, we talked about it, his hero pool isn't that huge. So you better get something like now. If they picked Ramses' hero, you get rid of the Storm, you get rid of the Zeus, and Kiyotaka would have to play a new hero, I think.
And you know that you're more than likely going to be playing up against the Pangolier in the mid lane anyway, so that opening for the mid lane pick for HellRaisers, it probably does make the most sense here, as you are waiting on they do have the final pick as well, so they can wait to see what the off lane is going to be here for Navi, and decide what they want to play on Ramses. The Ursa coming out with the Enchantress, so the Ursa he's looking a lot more healthy in turn number 2 with the chase down potential. There is still some control coming out on the side of HellRaisers, but Ursa seems to be in the current form having a little bit of a better time. How do you think he does against HellRaisers' current lineup that do have so much control on their side?
5 seconds remaining.
It's tough to say. You need to jump in and kill somebody. That is why you have the Enchantress, to send the creeps or just posture aggressively so that you have vision, right? If the Ursa has vision and he jumps and can burst someone down, it's great. But if he jumps into a fight and someone gets saved, then he does really badly, right? Because there's mobility, there's kite potential, there is a lot of things on HellRaisers they can deal with him. So Navi, I would want him to get some vision, right? But everything along those lines that is in the off lane is off the table.
Yeah, and okay, what's left? And the Magnus band's coming out here as well. Nagus Giant being taken away from Navi, and the Doom straight away that the HellRaisers reply. So they go for the Centaur. So, Rubik Centaur combo in the off.
Yep. So the hero that I've seen do best versus this is the Monkey King. And I feel like that should be the pick that they go for. They don't have the greatest of setup for the Wukong Saman, that fat frontline hero, but I would like to see it here, to be honest, because it's not. Then maybe you get an Enchantress to the face. Okay, that Now we have to scratch that because you get your Jingu stacks and she purges them off.
Yeah.
With not a lot of good heroes left for HellRaisers.
Yeah, no, I don't see a lot of options that can stand up to the Centaur. You know, maybe potentially look for the kills, and they might be able to get a trade on like a stalemate lane here coming out. The Terrorblade's gonna be. Oh, that's actually if the Terrorblade gets caught out, you know, there's a lot of damage that can come through from the Rubik and the Centaur. I don't know how much I like this pickup here from HellRaisers.
It's not ideal. They
No?
just went with comfort. I think HellRaisers went with comfort, and it has worked for them so far, right? If there's one thing that this team, and it's Navi out of all the other teams that pointed it out, is if there was one thing they have to work on, it is expanding their hero pool, right?
Yeah.
Miero, Kiyotaka, they need more heroes, and Ramses now it is shown that when they don't pick his hero first, that then he just goes for comfort, and this could be problematic. Navi have heroes to deal with every single pick on the side of HellRaisers.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see how these lanes are going to play out because looking at it, like I say, Terrorblades, if he gets caught out telekinesis with the Centaur coming through with a Stomp, the double edge being used as well, Ramses. What the Terrorblade starts off with something like 640 health, something like that. The armor is the big advantage for the Terrorblade here, but not a lot of right clicks to come out in this offlane. And Na'Vi, they might just be able to get the chase down. Solo might offer some protection with the kinetic field and the glimpse, but more often than not, if Ramses gets caught out of position, I am expecting him to go down in this lane.
Yep, it's not gonna be easy. The thing is though, with the Terrorblade, you can always be aggressive in the lane, and with that, keep the Centaur somewhat low, at least in the early levels.
Yeah, but before we find out how game number 2 is going to go, we're going to take a quick video from our sponsors over at EGB. Here it is, check it out.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
So, welcome back, and yeah, this time we take a look at the HellRaisers cams, and there's not so many smiles on the faces of the HellRaisers players here coming into game number 2.
Yeah, well, I don't think they feel super confident about their draft. These are all comfort picks for them. That is important to state, right? But I wouldn't say that Navi aren't not on comfort heroes either. Melojul loves his Spango. Shigetsu, Ursa has been his best hero for the longest of time, or one of his best heroes. So they have pretty much everything they need. I think Navi are well equipped, maybe even more so to win this game than they were in the first one.
Yeah, and the odds, I mean, it's a little bit lower here for Navi, but they are still coming in as the underdogs according to EGB. So HellRaisers, yeah, no, I think this game actually more favoring Na'Vi than the first game, where the odds were a little bit more in favor of HellRaisers. So we'll see. There's going to be the glimpse right back onto Malik here, just trying to get those rune snatches coming out. And now the Metamorphosis, it comes up so early. Malik comes in with a Stomp, though, onto Ramses, and Ramses, he's going to not have this, the Metamorphosis coming into the lane. Malik will take some harass, but the double ring of protection here, get himself the tangos as well, should be able to get himself out of range.
Interesting that they went for a play like this. I think they maybe want to apply as much pressure as possible before they get those triple rings on the Centaur. But yeah, now you don't have it for 2 minutes. The meta is gone.
Yeah, and this is, again, as a melee hero fighting into this combo, Solo, he can try and use that glimpse, but in fact, it might even cost Solo his life coming through. The Fade Bolt picked up, so it's really around level 2, level 3, where I expect this lane for Na'Vi to pop off, and get dangerous. So at that point, Terrorblade should have the Metamorphosis back up, and it might not be as bad, but the Stomps, again, every time that he comes into farm, get them, Malik can just sit in the creep wave and go for those Stomps.
You need to make sure that Danielle and Malik are not together. You're seeing how Danielle is trying to hide behind the Centaur in the bottom lane. But looking at top, this is again gonna be a big annoying lane for Na'Vi. Remember how annoying Techies was in the previous one? Well, that is not gonna stop now.
So I was about to flick to the top lane to see what was happening, and then we come back to this on the cams. Solo, he glimpsed Malik right back into Ramses' face, and Malik's just like, yeah, all right, then I'll go for a Stomp. I'll do the damage on it. I'll get some right clicks off. So Solo maybe a little bit shaken here coming into this game number 2 and not making the best of decisions already here. The glimpse right back onto Malik. So Malik, he's going to take a lot of harass, but again, should be able to get himself away. He's got a decent amount of regen, can pop the branch into the tangle if he wants to. Meanwhile, the middle lane, again, Kiyotaka being the Storm Spirit coming up against Meljul as that melee hero. He should have a good time in this lane.
Yeah, Storm Spirits always do well against melee heroes. Bango is a little bit specific because he can from afar get the last hits, but overall Kiyotaka shouldn't have many issues in this lane.
Yeah, here we'll take a look. Shigetsu, he's having an all-right time. You know, just he's top of the last hits, getting some denies here as well. And how do you, if you're Mero and Antares in this lane, again, is it just about keeping them low? You know, trying to keep Shigetsu in that kill range, or do you just play away here? Because Maldi, he's going for the Nature's Attendance as well, so at least the heals will be in the lane this time.
One of the main reasons why the Techies is so good against these carries that want to be aggressive is that he's so annoying, that he always keeps you low, that he never allows you to be full HP, and then you can never really commit. Though it's not like Dirsa can really commit onto the Enigma all that easy.
Well, I mean, yeah, there could be the slow coming out from Maldi now as well as the diving from Shigetsu, but Mero with the point into the Malefice, at least in the laning stage, should just be able to walk himself away from this one. While that's going on, Ramses once again pops the Metamorphosis. It's going to be about halfway through here, and Malik, how close is he to that Ring of Health? Telekinesis into the double edge, into the Storm. The damage fly through with a Fade Bolt now as well. Ramses trying to back himself away from this one, down to 260 health for Malik. He might have overextended just a little bit. Malik comes through the double edge, but the damage of Ramses, he's going to go down to Daniel. He still gets a kill, and Solo is going to be left on the lane. Daniel taking a lot of right click damage coming through now. The Thunderbolt coming through from Solo, but Daniel with that full wand. He has the salve as well after the Thunderbolt was off, and Daniel in this lane. Solo's going to be careful. He gets caught out by another Fade Bolt. Solo might go down.
It's not the worst bottom lane for Ramses. Now he has the raindrops, so things are gonna be slightly easier. To be honest, I like HellRaisers the way that they played it. Super aggressive, make sure that the Centaur doesn't have that many CS, and you know, Terrorblade, well, he has won this lane.
Do you think?
Or not.
All right. Okay. Well, we will keep an eye on it now as well to see what's going to come out on this lane. As again, the telekinesis into the Stomp. Ramses back down to 300 health here. Daniel could go down though. Solo, can he break the vision? The illusion coming through from Ramses now as well, trying to micro this one in. They are going to be able to get the kill. Yeah, Ramses, he picks this one up. So maybe, yeah, they've done enough here. Malik going to try and get Harassi onto Ramses, but the damage coming through onto Malik. He does have that Ring of Health coming through now, so might be able to back himself away to the tower and regen up, but the damage coming through onto Malik. Malik was that glimpse as well. Doesn't actually have the mana for it, as Antares gets the kill onto Malady.
1,287 kills from the blast off for Antares. That's
Do you think he likes this hero?
No. I think he hates it, just like every sane person. Just kidding. Techies is now a cool hero. The problem is that we all have PTSD from what he used to be.
Yeah. I do prefer, as much as Slacks likes to rant about the change, that's just because he can't delay the games for 5 hours and be like a massive troll anymore. I prefer the Techies the way it is, and, you know, and anyone that says different, well, they probably don't actually remember how awful playing against the old Techies was.
I remember I had a friend, you know, he would always pick an anti-mage versus the Techies, and he's like, oh, I have 40-50% magic resistance. It does not help. He puts mines in your camp and you still get blown up.
Yeah. You remember the very old Techies where the proximity mines, everything was invisible, and you just walked into it. You had the side shop still there. Daniel going to be chased down, and they do get the kill onto the Rubik. So yeah, it looks like HellRaisers, they've weathered the very early storm in this bottom lane, and are starting to take advantage of the pressure that they can put on it now.
Yeah, it would just be going everywhere and exploding. That was it, right? And then you would get like a Magnus or Pudge. Okay, they already killed the Rubik. They almost killed Malik as well. I really like how HellRaisers play this lane. So that decision to go for the meta right off the bat, it seems to have paid off.
Yeah. And yeah, you can just see that Kiyotaka has to be careful because the Enchantress, this Warpine Raider trying to chase him down, but Kiyotaka with just enough mana to get the ball lightning gap away from this one. But yeah, no, it looks like overall HellRaisers playing very aggressive all across the map, just trying to, force Na'Vi into some bad decisions, into some bad timings, and it looks like Antares, he might go down here on Malady. Is he going to be able to get the trade-off? He does, and Mero claims that kill, and the aggression for now, it is working for HellRaisers.
He wasn't expecting the reactive taser, and this is it. When you've played the hero so many times, you know exactly what to do. You're usually going to be seeing the sticky bomb level 2 at that point, but he understands if I can bait him with this taser, he's probably going to die, and that is exactly what happens. And also you have the acorn shot, right, or the seed shot, sorry, and you think that is the that big damage spell that is gonna allow you to get the kill, and in the end you're the one to fall.
Yeah, and 5-1 in the first 7 minutes here. HellRaisers looking pretty good. In fact, if they can get the combination with the techies and Kiyotaka in the mid lane here as well, it will be able to stop Melduel from being able to escape. The blast off with the vortex coming through. It's like when we saw the Tiny, the Avatos into the blast off. It's a really nice combination just to buy the time with the silence, and then when the shard comes out as well, and the blast off gets that stun that it can apply, it is a deadly combo that can come out here from the side of HellRaisers.
Overall, though, this is the real HellRaisers, right? When they crush their side lanes. This is where they were always dangerous. And then Kiyotaka would have time to farm as the mid laner of the opposing team has to try and help the side lanes, given that they're going terribly. And I'm just surprised how well they shut down Malik. I mean, if you look at the difference between Ramses and Malik, it's huge.
Yeah, the mid lane is going to be jumping now as well. Melduel has that double damage, but this is going to be the blast off combo that I was talking about. He was able to get the shield crash off before the connection comes through. Melduel, though, does he want to try and come in with the Rolling Thunder? The damage, it might be enough to telekinesis to get the kill into Antares. No, Antares is away.
Daniel moved him to the side like, Pango, you want to kill? Ha! You're not getting it. And Melduel, if he just did nothing there, Daniel, after using the telekinesis, that would have been a kill. But he moved the techies away. I think what the idea was, I'm going to toss the techies onto the storm, and then you're going to double swashbuckle them and get the both kills.
Yeah, it does create space, because he doesn't go down, was able to get the bottle up here for Melduel. It creates space for Malady to rotate in with his enchanted creep, do some damage, but the fortification did come out, so early on HellRaisers protecting these towers as well. Ooh, Daniel, does he go down this time? Solo, he's got that glimpse available now as well. It looks like he's going to try and go for the courier here, getting those D-wards off, but Daniel, can he get himself away from this one? Sticky bomb to slow him down. Daniel going to be glimpsed right back into Ramsey's waiting arms. It's actually going to be Kiyotaka that picks up the kill.
Yep. It is smart to give that one to your mid laner. He's the one that is struggling the most, if we can call it that way. Even he's actually having a solid game, just not as good as the Terrorblade. And he's the one that is going to be creating space in the early mid game. So you want to get him as fat as possible. And he didn't put that many points in the static remnant, so he cannot go to the jungle immediately, or didn't want to, whatever. So you want to give him those kills.
Yeah. Yeah, having to go back to base, it slowed him down just a little bit, but yeah, with that kill, it's going to recover now. Oh, bottom lane, excuse me. Malik, the blast off comes through. Antares are going to be able to get themselves on top of the Centaur. The glimpse back, it should get the kill. And yeah, Melduel cancels off that Rolling Thunder. As it was pretty much, even if the glimpse did come back and the Centaur was still alive, probably would have been finished off quite quickly. And Melduel just decides about diving into 3 heroes.
He probably could have killed the techies, but I think the most he wanted to do there is save the Centaur. That was the first thing he came for. The second he sees he can't do that, he decides it's just not worth it.
Yeah, and you can see Solo getting cheeky with these glimpses. Even if it's not got a massive amount of impact, speaking about impact, the jump comes through. Malady can get himself away from this one because Kiyotaka just needs one more anything, and he does get the kill. And now the jump on those stones for him could be in a little bit of trouble here. Kiyotaka, does he try and deny himself to Roche? No. Oh! Big brain plays, tries to get the ball line in over the wall, but didn't just have enough mana to do it, and now the chase down coming through. Can they do anything with this stampede coming through? Antares, he gets low, but the glimpse from Solo once again drags back onto the Pango. Pango taking a lot of damage from that.
He made a mistake. Miero. He can black hole.
He's gonna use it now as well. Actually gets the trap onto the tomato as well. Mero, the rotation in for Ramsey. Shigetsu's gonna get low, and Mero, well, he will be getting the kill, but Ramses, he gets the kill right back onto Shigetsu there.
So anyways, what happened to Kiyotaka is that he calculated perfectly, but he put the power treads on agility in the panic, and then he didn't get off the over the Roche pit.
does he get himself out of this one? He's got the full ball lining to get himself away if he wants to. He's just going to actually do it on foot, not panicking there, saving his mana. And we'll be able to come back to these creeps behind the tier 1 tower. Tier 1 taking a little bit of damage as well from the siege creep pushing in, but it should still stand, will still stand, and Kiyotaka will just be able to go right back to the lane.
But still, that Ursa dive onto the Enigma on the top lane, you did force out the black hole. The problem is that you lost the tower, and it was Ramses that took it. So now the top part of the map is completely in control of HellRaisers. That is what you should have been afraid of, right? Especially if it's the Terrorblade farming it. This is gonna be some huge timings that that Ramses is gonna hit in this game.
Yeah. We'll see another rotation here. Malik might be in trouble. Was that diving from the Storm Spirit? Yeah, Malik comes through. The Stomp will be there. Slowed down by the Sticky Bomb. Last Stop will connect now as well, so he's not going to be able to... He didn't even have the Stampede anyway. Was on cooldown for another few seconds. Antares did not go for the chase down onto Daniel. The Malefice will come through now as well. The dive in. Yeah, they should be able to get the kill. Vortex drag back. Kiyotaka. Easy double kill.
And you can see how easily Antares dealt with the mines. His proximity mines were stolen, and then the sticky bomb after that one. So he easily took the proximity mines down. Like, I know this hero in and out. You're not going to be using my spells against me. And then, well, the Rubik after that was an easy kill. And that was even a beautiful stomp coming out from the Centaur. Just considering how squishy he is, how bad of a game he had, every single time that a core rotates to him, there's a good chance he's going down. And now they had to.
Oh, Mallory, this was not the best calculated move here. The Vortex drag back into the mine. You're going to waste all the time on that Stampede. Mallory, one more jump in from Kiyotaka. Should be able to get the kill. There it is. One more right click. Mero actually picks the kill. So taking it away from Kiyotaka. Just making sure you get that kill secure. You know, no matter who gets it here.
What killed him?
I don't know.
What the hell?
Take a look at the death summary. It was an idle on right click did the last 34 damage to take him down.
For some reason I didn't see that flying through.
Neither did I. No.
HellRaisers, they're not done. They wanna go aggressive. Considering they lost the mid lane tower, it's not gonna be easy for Kiyotaka to go for kills once he's ready, and he's getting close to that Witchblade. So with the next black hole, with the next meta, we could expect HellRaisers to be playing around the mid lane to make sure that this tower falls.
Yeah, Kiyotaki's going to get the pressure coming through. The Eidolons were doing a little bit. Shigetsu, does he want to try and make the jump? I mean, Shigetsu's going to be going towards that Battle Fury. Not going to be too far away, but I mean, he's delaying that coming in to try and help Kiyotaka with the ball lighting away as well. Solo grouping up as that Static Storm. So Shigetsu will show as he looks to try and get this farm. Get that last bit of gold here to get to the Void Stone. The Glimpse comes back in as well onto Daniel. Swashbuckle onto Meljul. Meljul not going to try and use that Rolling Thunder, and even going to be able to get the bottle onto the double damage. But again, it wastes a bit of the Ursa's time coming into this mid lane. And I don't know, trying to group up for the fight. Speaking about going for a fight, they're going to be able to get themselves on top of the Centaur. And Meljul does come in, pops that double damage.
No mana.
He's going to be out of mana now as well. Yeah, that Diffusal Blade coming through. And it looks like, do they have the damage to get the kill? They will be able to take down Kiyotaka. Marty will pick it up.
There was a TP coming in, but the second he didn't dodge that Rolling Thunder, they decided to stop that one. It was apparent that his life was gonna be taken down. Still, I think this is not too bad for HellRaisers, even though they give a stronger core at the moment for a weaker one. The mid lane tower does fall, so once the Storm has his Witchblade, he's gonna have the map open up to go for those pickoffs.
Yeah, and okay, I have changed my tune on the Meteor Hammer a little bit, but on the Centaur, I still think you want to be going for the Vanguard. You're going for that Blink, going for the Engage. I think the Meteor Hammer, I don't like it on the Centaur. I just don't.
The thing is, you get used to it in pubs, the way that it works. Anybody out of position just immediately dies to you.
Yeah.
And then you're used to it. You're playing around it. You are drafting around it. You know you want it. And even though it might not be the best one in the game, you're still gonna do it. So I do not dislike it, but in this game in particular, maybe the Hood would have been better, because he's gonna be destroyed every single time. I don't think the Vanguard, considering how his lane went, would have helped him a lot, because he's not gonna be dying to the Terrorblade now for the next 10 minutes. It's gonna be the Storm, the Disruptor, and the Techies that are killing him.
Yeah, Kiyotaka, though, he will be getting that. It wasn't the fastest Aegis in the world, the fastest Roach take, but it was uncontested. Na'Vi not looking to contest onto that. So HellRaisers will be able to pull out an Aegis for Kiyotaka, which just makes these dive shenanigans a little bit easier, you know, a little bit more attractive for the Storm Spirit to try and go for these kills.
Look at Navi, how they're preparing with the proximity mines there, hoping that someone is gonna come there, and he's just gonna telekinesis everybody into this bomb here. But yeah, HellRaisers, they really have no reason to play aggressively on the mid lane. If someone from Navi goes to their side, they'll happily kill him, but no reason to go super aggressive, because when it comes to the later portions of the game, the Stairblade is uncontested. He's gonna crush everybody. You had this chance in the laning phase to shut him down, you didn't, and now it's on Navi to make moves.
Yeah, we talked about the draft being a little bit more favorable, or I talked about the draft being a little bit more favorable for Navi, but these comfort picks that you were talking about seem to be paying off here for HellRaisers. You know, they're getting everything they want out of this. In fact, they might even be able to get another kill. Was that Static Storm? They don't need to jump in. So Stampede's going to be used here. The back lines, though. Do they change targets? Kiyotaka, Aegis will be popped. So what else can we do with this? And he sets it up, and it looks like Kiyotaka, he might be controlled with the Rolling Thunder coming in now as well. That Stampede, it did close the gap, and they were able to get the kill not only once, but twice onto the Storm Spirit. And now the glimpse back solo, going to have his own weapons used against him. And Navi get a good couple of kills out of that.
He actually missed the hoof stomp onto the Storm, and he still died after that one. So Malik got a little bit too excited, like, we got him. The thing is that the Storm cannot go for the Ball Lightning, even if you're not using the turn rate. The charge up for you to start going forward is a little bit too big for you to get out of the Pango chain stun.
Yeah, and now you see, I mean, Ramses, he's top of the net worth, but Shigetsu, with this Battle Fury, will start to catch up now, going towards straight onto that BKB for Shigetsu.
Still, even if the Terrorblade is this beast later on, if Navi are getting the right jump, if they get on top of someone and blow him up, which is not impossible, super fast with the Ursa, that could be starts of a fight they could win. And Navi have shown in the previous game that they can understand how to fight with their lineup. I don't think this game is gonna be any different, especially when Shigetsu is playing his best hero.
Yeah, and we'll see how much of a menace Maljo's going to be into that late game here as well. Panglia wants to go straight into that BKB here as well. Smoke coming out from the side of Navi. So maybe trying to bait in here. Kiyotaka, does he want to go for it? There's going to be the Centaur Storm. The Meteor Hammer this time will come out. Connects onto the Storm Spirit. And Storm Spirit just goes down. The chase onto Ramses now as well. Stampede. Was that slow Ramses? He has to pop BKB, but this is going to be a BKB to try and run himself away. Nothing to cancel the TP out now, though. But they do pick up two on the side of Navi, forcing out a defensive BKB from Ramses as well. That was yeah, you said it yourself, a great beatmate there for the side of Navi to get that fight and force out so many little things from the side of HellRaisers.
That is what HellRaisers have to be afraid in this game. You have the Terrorblade to send the illusions. You do not have to commit your heroes next to towers when the enemies have perfect vision. If Navi have perfect vision with this kind of lineup, they are killing you.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Mark, I thought Antares was in the middle of that Meteor Hammer now as well, but the Blastoff comes through. He's got himself a shot as well for that stun, so they do get the kill onto Malik, but Rolling Thunder comes through, and now Ramses doesn't have that BKB. He's going to go down. And now the glimpse back once again, solo dragged right back into the fight. And Navi, well, did he take this tier 2 tower, or are they even going to be looking for more kills here?
No, you do not go for the tower with their lineup. You just don't do it. You spread the map if you're Navi, and you wait for opportunities like that. If the lanes are pushed in, HellRaisers are again gonna be offering their heroes first, and you're gonna be jumping on them. That bottom move, it really did cost so much for HellRaisers, because if the Terrorblade has a BKB there, he gets the Sunder off, he turns it around, and it's actually an easy fight for HellRaisers. But because of what happened on the bottom lane, not only the Storm dying, but the BKB being forced out, it just gives such a good opening for Navi.
Yeah, and Navi, we've seen from these past two games, you know, they've been great at refighting after, you know, they see these BKBs coming out. And like you say, that Ramses, if he has that in the fight, potentially survives, potentially turns that fight around. But with how this is going, they look really good. Kiyotaka trying to get the jump onto Shigetsu. Maybe just trying to put the fear of God into him, as there was no one else close. So Kiyotaka just trying to create space, it looks like, on this bottom lane.
You're trying to force some TPs. If HellRaisers TP to the bottom lane, that is a place they don't want to be at, and they're just gonna smoke out of it. Then you can prepare for it, either dodge them or wait for them as they're establishing themselves in the top part of the map again. Of course, the debate didn't work out, so HellRaisers, they did not panic.
Yeah, and Na'Vi keeping the heads here. We'll see. Actually, did they get themselves onto the top lane? Black Hole's going to come through. They're going to kill onto Meljul here. Great grouping up from HellRaisers just to take Zero down, who was being left alone. But HellRaisers, you can see 4 heroes grouping up in this top part of the map, leaving the rest of the map for Na'Vi to be farming up to, to get their objectives if they want to through the jungle.
They're going for Kiyotaka, but he is gonna know about this.
Is he getting out though? Yeah. Okay. Kiyotaka just being able to get the ball length away as well from the Meteor Hammer. So Shentor didn't have the lockdown to get the kill onto Kiyotaka, and Kiyotaka going towards that Sanjin Kaya again. He wants that survivability on his hero. While this is going on, the Terrorblade Illusion's putting pressure onto the tier 2. The tier 2 getting really darn low here as well.
Very smart move from HellRaisers. Now I think they understand how the enemy lineup works thoroughly, right? If they see us, we're in trouble. But if we go for moves like this, we go for a pickoff, we outpush the bottom lane, we know where they are, and then we can push, right? If we don't know where Na'Vi are, we just go back. And Ramsey's perfect time to just back himself away after the Storm has gathered so much hate onto himself.
Yeah, look at the odds now from EGB coming right down for Na'Vi. Na'Vi over 4 coming into this game as it started. They've shifted slightly up for HellRaisers, so HellRaisers still the favorites in this game. But Na'Vi being respected here from EGB and those odds coming right down.
Na'Vi want the second Roche. That is why they're going for this smoke. It is not only about the kill, it is about establishing dominance in this part of the map.
Do they get the jump in? I mean, Shigetsu's got that blink dagger, the smoke breaks, he blinks himself in, but he blinks himself the wrong way. The dive in now as well from Daniel. He's got that ball line in, so they're going to be able to find the telekinesis onto Solo. Static Storm will be used here to get the kill onto Malady. And Antares picks it up with those proximity mines. Antares, though, slowed down by the Rolling Thunder. Meljul will get the kill, the Stomp, the Hoof Stomp coming through with this Meteor Hammer now as well. It's going to be the stun long enough to get the kill onto Antares. And Antares will fall. A 45-second window here for Na'Vi. Maybe to get something out of this now as well, and Kiyotaka has to go for the jump away from Shigetsu.
Not only that, they got a win in terms of killing heroes, but they got the Static Storm stolen by the Rubik. And Storm Spirit isn't close to the BKB. He's not thinking about the BKB. He's gonna jump in and possibly die if he's not careful. I don't know if Solo saw it, but if HellRaisers are unaware of this, that could be a huge deal when it comes to a Roche fight.
Yeah, and the 4 points into the Arcane Supremacy here as well. This could be massive for Daniel. Just being able to use that telekinesis to hold the hero in, or the heroes that get caught in the Static Storm. Because you've got, again, that storm that comes through from the Centaur. Just like that. As they get the kill onto Miro, the Rolling Thunder continues to go. Now Malady, he wants some revenge from going down in that last fight, and it looks like Solo is going to be his target as Meljul hits himself the double. Roche, it's going to be a quick one as well, under a minute before the big man is back in his pit.
But they're not done with hunting Na'Vi. They smell blood and they want Kiyotaka. If he shows on this wave, he's gone.
Yeah, Shigetsu might have jumped. I mean, might have trying to play a little bit bait. Does he actually show to the creeps? He does. So Kiyotaka, the storm's gonna be there, and Malik, he picks up the kill. Kiyotaka. I mean, we praised him so much in that last game, but he just seems to be carrying on getting caught out of position here on the Storm Spirit in game number 2.
Malady will die as well on the top lane. You're not surviving this, but overall, Na'Vi are playing it really well here, catching the Storm Spirit. Other than him showing there on the bottom tower that one time, I think that was his only big mistake. Everything else was Na'Vi playing so fast, right? Kiyotaka did play with them, a little bit of cat and mouse in the bottom lane, but you're not always gonna get out. I really liked how they set it up as well. Shigetsu, the second he shows, he's like, okay, so he's not hunting me to burst me down. Let me just go for the creep wave. But the Centaur is already there, and he had that ward that was giving him the full sense of security.
Yeah, and Malik did go back for the pipe as well. So offers more survivability. He's got that plate mail queued up, and this is going to be really nice. I think for Malik, offering that survivability. Meljul, he might not have the survivability. The jumping comes in from Kiyotaka to get the South down as well. Stampede, no Meljul. He pops the BKB. He's going to be able to get himself out of this alive. Actually turns around with the Rolling Thunder, and that Static Storm, like you said, to get the steal. So they get the kill onto Kiyotaka, even taking down Antares. And with Roshan being back up here, and HellRaisers being 2 heroes down, this is a big window for Na'Vi, especially with having an Ursa on their side.
And they're starting to de-ward vision here, so they have perfect control. There's almost nothing the HellRaisers can do about it. They do have a Terrorblade, so those illusions can be a bit of a nuisance. But I don't really see Shigetsu stopping here. There is no reason to.
No, the Storm Spirit could buy back if he wants to, but Techies is going to be down for the next
BKB
18
black
seconds. Maybe looking for it. Does he have a blink as well? He does. Enigma, he might be setting up for this. And you can see that Malik, yeah, they are playing. They're trying to play those body blocks down as well. Ramses gets caught out. Ramses, Static Storm will be thrown onto Malik. Malik could have taken a lot of damage from Ramses here, but his BKB will be wearing off. Did he even get the kill onto Malik? Malik, he's getting himself away, but Ramses will be able to secure that with a couple more last hits, a couple more right clicks. Does eventually get the kill, but that's the method going to be used. That's the BKB down now for the Terrorblade, and this might be an opening for Na'Vi, only losing the Centaur from that.
It's definitely a win for Na'Vi. If you look at the lanes also, the bottom, the top lane, all of them are pushed in. Na'Vi, when you look at their heroes, they're not the greatest at dealing with the lanes. But, you know, they're doing a good job. In this game in particular, it's not like HellRaisers are making big mistakes. It is Na'Vi understanding the strengths of their lineup and capitalizing on it perfectly. They did lose the Centaur there, but what I also liked in that fight in particular, it was how precise this Terrorblade was. Kiyotaka? No, not again.
Surely not. They're going to be coming close. Shigetsu comes through. Yeah, immediately jumps himself away. Daniel was trying to get himself close here now as well with his own blink, but Kiyotaka just being able to use that mana to just ball out himself out of danger. But no, this is going to be Melduel. He's got that basher up, and that black hole, I think we've only seen it once this match. It's going to be so much harder to pull off, even with the BKB out. Melduel, he can be an absolute nuisance if he's not caught.
We're gonna have a 4 versus 4, right? The Enigma will be staying behind, and the Pango will be staying behind. And the only question is, do Na'Vi get the right jump? Man, Kiyotaka, again, just one bash almost dies.
Yeah, and has to just immediately exit there as well, popping that panic button. But it will mean that the tier 2 tower will be taken down here. HellRaisers not looking to defend this at all.
Yeah, understandably so. You can't do much there. HellRaisers are gonna get a tower of their own, most likely on the top lane. The problem is that the HellRaisers lineup is much better at taking those tier 2s, pushing out the waves, considering they have a Terrorblade. So this right now is definitely a big win for Na'Vi, because their lineup should not be well equipped for doing what they're just doing right now, and they just have the strength. They're more powerful than their enemies at the moment.
Yeah, there's going to be the smoke rotation. I mean, you have to watch out for Mines. Mines will be blowing up here, revealing. Shigetsu, he takes that haste. He wants to go for the chase down anyway. Does he actually get the jump onto Solo or Mero? Mero just getting that blink away. And it looks like it is going to be full retreat. The tactical retreat coming through. Maliki gets the vision onto Solo. The blink in, the stomp, the mines that were stolen from Daniel. And that's just a blow up onto Solo.
Yeah, this is looking really good for Na'Vi. They're controlling the map completely. HellRaisers, they're gonna have to rely on Ramses to carry this one, and he's going for the good items. The butterfly is definitely an item that changes everything, because the Ursa just won't be able to stand his ground against the Terrorblade.
No, true. I mean, Ursa, though, going towards the Abyssal, he's not going to be too far away from it. In fact, if they get a Stampede coming through here, Malady, he might be able to get the jump on Answer. He's going to get pretty darn low. He's going to go down now. Ramses, he pops the Metamorphosis, but the Rolling Thunder comes through here.
He's alone.
He has to go for this BKB Mero. Great Black Hole, but the bash comes out and Shigetsu. And it was going to be Black Hole that was stolen, controlling it onto Ramses. Ramses, can he get the Thunder off? He absolutely will be able to, but can he get out alive? Those are two different things now as well. And yeah, the damage, it stacks up from the Ursa. They're going to be able to get 4. Can he get 5? The blinking from Shigetsu.
Bye-bye,
and Kiyotaka. He's out of mana. The